Ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest episode of the High Council in the history of the show. And because of the huge news, I had to get massive firepower. So first up tonight, I am your host, Jeff of World Class Bullshitters, but I had to get one of the founding members. He's a pro comic book artist. He's one of the founding members of the Fandom Menace. You know him, you love him. Say welcome back to Uncle Ethan Van Sciver.
Well. Hello, everybody. I am Ethan Van Sciver of Comic Artist Pro Secrets, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. I like to keep it humble, but let these bitches know. Great big Star Wars fan. I used to be, and trusted member of the media. It's great to be here with the High Council brothers and sister tonight. Hello.
Up next, another member of the High Council. It's been a while since we've had him, but he's been on here. Even though he doesn't have time for the High Council, he has time for the High Council. You know him, you love him. It's Jeremy from Geeks+Gamers.
What's up, black people? It's Jeremy coming to you to spread diversity. How's everybody doing today? It's good to be back among diverse people with diverse opinions, to have representation. The only thing we're lacking is small penises, because all of us have big cocks, and we're back. Bitches, bring it. Except for Mecca, but she likes.
No, I just got balls.
I say she's got the biggest balls of us all. I was just going to say that.
So, hey, real quick, if we could get Star Wars Explained so we can get some small penis representation on the panel, that would be great. So somebody let Alex know we need him here.
Oh, snap.
Damn, it's like that
tonight.
Fire. Okay.
Fire, motherfuckers.
Ooh. Up next, since we're talking about balls, she's my co-host, my partner in crime, Mecha Random 42.
Hello. See, now I'm already jiggled. I don't have anything else to top the jiggle.
Fair enough. And let's see. We have our friend Tom from Midnight's Edge.
Hello.
There you go.
This is my first time.
Oh, okay. Hi, it's nice to meet you, Tom. And I want to call him the guest of honor because he's been MIA for quite a while, at least to me. Cecil, say hello.
Hello. It's an honor to be back on the council. I got my whiskey, I got my ice, and I'm ready to bullshit.
All right.
And I'm also ready to plug my new comic book on Indiegogo called Cash Grab.
We really need to get some attention on that because I've been reading about how there's no money going. I mean, so if anybody like Cecil's got what $5-6 raised so far. How's that doing?
It's I want to get it to $14 by the end of the week, but yeah, that's
I'm going 15. But by the end of the night, can we get Cash Grab to $15, please? Thank you.
Cecil, stop lying to these people. Stop lying to them. Jesus Christ, I can't stand by and listen to you lying to these wonderful people in the chat, generous people. Cash Grab is already way up over $134,000 right now. And you are very, very wealthy all of a sudden. So stop shaking your cup with a pencil in it and be honest for once in your life. You are a wealthy man now, thanks to this crowd of people.
I could stand to make some more, is what I'm trying.
That's fair. I agree.
Can't we all?
Yeah. So we have a ton to talk about tonight. Tonight is, like I said, probably the biggest show we've ever had. So we had to get the big firepower because for many, many months we've been questioning the infrastructure at Disney, the power structure, the hierarchy. Who's in charge? Who makes these calls? Who makes these decisions? And it's one man, Bob Iger. He has allowed for the influx of garbage entertainment to come out of Disney, and now his ass is gone. So, Ethan, we'll start with you tonight. Yes. What were your thoughts when you heard that Bob Iger had stepped down as the CEO of Walt Disney Company?
Well, the first thing I did was I ripped my shirt open and I went outside in the middle of the street. It was raining outside. And I looked up to the sky and I said, Mortal Kombat! Like, I screamed at the heavens and just fell to my knees and wept. This was the most tragic thing that possibly could have happened to a lowly little engine that could called Disney. Terrible, absolutely terrible news for everyone, right? I mean, we all agree with that Bob Iger for everything that he's done for Star Wars and for woman in fandom. He deserves his job, and it's sad that he got his ass fired out of a fucking trebuchet today. So everybody cried with me, right? I mean,
yeah, I'm still a little weepy. My eyes are real puffy. That's why I'm not on camera tonight.
Yeah. No, listen. Yeah, it's a straight line. No Bob Iger, no Kathleen Kennedy. No Kathleen Kennedy, no Rose Tico. We owe this man.
Yeah, Tom. I know it's an emotional time. Yeah, Tom, are you okay? I want to say, Tom, that took a lot of bravery for you to open yourself up and show those emotions. It was very stunning.
Bob Iger was like a father to Tom, a second father to Tom.
I read his book 30 times.
Only 30.
30.
For all that man has done for you. Okay. 30.
That's amazing. The first thing I thought was I need to sit down and get a video because this is going to be algorithm gold, and it was. And
motherfucker got 15,000 views in 32 minutes or some shit like that.
Oh no! Well, it had 27,000 in the first hour, which is good. So yeah, it was tracking very well. So thank you for Bob Iger's retirement video was more profitable than Disney Star Wars for Geeks and Gamers. So thank you.
Everything we do is more profitable than Disney Star Wars.
That is true. Hashtag Solo lost money. And it was under Bob Iger's tenure. Solo lost money. The first film in the history of Star Wars to lose money. Good job, Bobby Iger. I just
Jeremy, if your videos are performing this well, have you ever thought about hiring Ron Howard to direct one of them?
Well, what I was going to do is that, the other day, Ryan Kennel, we had a big project that we were working on, and Ryan Kennel was heading that project up. And, I wasn't worried about it until he got about 95% done. And then I was like, hold on, none of this is what I wanted. So I need to fire you immediately. So I fired Ryan because I didn't do my job, and I was actually going to hire Ron Howard. I really appreciate that you didn't spoil that, but now since you've let the cat out of the bag, good job, Cecil.
I would like to see the way he films you with like a whole tapestry of browns and grays.
So yeah, that's what I do. I wait for everything to get 95% done at Geeks and Gamers before I check to see if it's actually being done right. And that's just an homage to Kathleen Kennedy for how she handled Solo.
Do me a favor, Jeremy. When you see Ron, tell him that I said to his brother, "What's up?"
I definitely will. You hung with him in Vegas, right?
We might have some more of what we had in Vegas, only better.
I'm excited about hashtag Geeks and Opie. Really nice.
Fucking A.
Oh man, I mean, he's probably looking for work. So
he's working on Willow right now, and then
is he?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's direct. He might direct an episode, but
wait, there's a Willow TV show.
Yeah, they're doing it for Disney Plus. Yeah.
I hope the earth opens up and swallows them all. So that there is not a single episode of Willow, not a single minute of Willow that's available to be shown on Disney Plus.
I don't like the movie. I know I'm in the minority, but I don't like that movie.
I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I'm not charmed by Willow. I don't know why it's going to be an episodic thing on Disney Plus.
Do you have a thing against Val Kilmer? Is that it?
No, I actually like Val Kilmer quite a bit.
Same. But I just don't like that movie.
No, I don't.
Where was the groundswell for the Willow TV show 30 years after the fucking movie?
I think it's an apology for Solo. I really do.
It just seems like another kick in the balls. It doesn't seem like an apology. It seems like mockery. It seems like mocking us while we're down.
No, I think it's an apology to Ron Howard for Solo.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because they don't care about us.
Well, I want to with going back to the news about Bob Iger. I got to give my buddy Jeff here credit, World Class Bullshitters, for making me aware of this Project Veritas will expose ABC News agenda to mislead voters and push narratives going along with the Epstein cover-up, and that is breaking tomorrow. Does that have a connection to what's going on?
Oh,
I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know. It's interesting. The timing is just interesting. That's all I'm saying. So thank you for making me aware of that, Jeff.
Well, I'd like to thank our listener, Servant of God 77, who tweeted me that, as well as talked about it on our Bob Iger. I guess it would have been like a dinner time stream for people. It was lunchtime here, but he's the one who passed that information off to me because we got to give everyone credit. We do make these videos, we do the streams, but we do have a lot of people behind the scenes that help us out, especially our friend Data Racer. So shout out to Data Racer, who has helped us do countless research, especially for tonight's show when we talk about the High Republic. So.
Well, I'm not going to be one-upped by Data Racer. I also have inside sources that are telling me Willow is being filmed entirely on Epstein's Island. You take that to the bank.
Oh, man. Oh. So many.
It would make sense for Bob Iger to want to just jump ship now then.
Oh, well, I do think that Bob Iger... I do think that there's he feels that right now is all things considered, because it's a fact that Star Wars did not end the best way that it could have for him. Star Wars Land, Galaxy's Edge, has not been performing well, and the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has already passed us. Right now, you look forward at what Disney has on the horizon. There's nothing good for him to walk away from in the future. So I just think he's looking at it going, right now is the best time for me to make this move before a lot of the pieces are going to start falling that he started putting together. You're telling me you don't think Black Widow is going to set the world on fire and make $1 billion? Oh, golly. I mean, that movie's 5 years too late. And it just looks like it's got identity politics shoved all into it, but no, it's not. And what do we got? Like, what's the other big movie that Disney has on the slate? I don't know. Eternals. Oh, well, they have that other Pixar movie coming out first. The one with the magical pants, with the gays. With the gays. The gays. The gays. Yeah, you're like talking about. No, I'm talking about Onward. So because that's what all they talking about. Onward actually looks pretty good, but the media is just using their narratives to run with something. What's the other one you're talking about though? That's the one. I guess it is. Is it okay? So there's Onward, but there's one more. I thought there was another Pixar movie coming later this year. I got one from an insider, Jeremy. Just funny you should bring it up. There's a buddy cop movie coming out with The Rock and Baby Yoda, and I huge. Sounds pretty good, actually. But that would require good decision making. So, like, Baby Yoda's a complete accident. That they had no idea what they had. That was a complete accident that it happened. And I love Baby Yoda.
I'm starting to wonder if it wasn't so much not an accident as the none of the toy companies or other people wanted any of the merchandise. I think it's more maybe it's that. Yeah, they might have got burned, and they're like, "No fuck way! I don't give a shit what the fuck it is." I think so.
Yeah. I hate to I hate to spoil all our videos on the channel early, but like, if you noticed, every piece of Star Wars merchandise moving forward for 2020, bless you, is all original trilogy. Yep. With a slight smattering of prequel stuff. There is nothing new coming out based on the Disney the trilogy. People say, well, it was so successful, it did this, it did that. But like we've always, at least on his channel, we always talk about the merchandise as indicative of the health of the brand, and there's nothing. I mean, there's more hype about Han Solo and Bespin gear than another Kylo Ren or anything. It's all original shit. So I might, Tom, I'm kind of with you on, why would you want to touch it? You took a gamble on Rose Tico. How much Rose Tico merchandise did they make prior to The Last Jedi? A lot.
Right. It makes sense.
Even at most of it.
Oh, yeah.
He accounts for a lot of it. Yes.
Yes. I was happy to buy all of it. And I'm upset that there wasn't a new action figure for the new movie. That spoiled the whole experience for me. I wanted a popcorn container of Rose Tico's head. I wanted to eat buttered popcorn out of Rose Tico's skull, and they didn't let me. They didn't make it. And that is one sale lost to me, a customer. Thank you.
The one customer who actually bought Rose Tico dolls. Good job, Disney.
So, Mecca, what were your thoughts when you heard Bob Iger was stepping in?
I didn't think it was real.
Is that true? Did you get verification on that?
I just assumed, my gaydar goes off every time I see Bob Iger.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It could be. No, it's funny. I was streaming anyway, and it dropped like maybe a half an hour into the stream, maybe 15 minutes, and they kept saying it in chat, like more than one person. And I'm like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And they're like, no, effective immediately. I'm like, no, that can't be. That's not real. And sure enough, look it up, and I'm like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, one of our sources said something to me just before it dropped, and I'm like, no way. And then all of a sudden.
Well, it's gonna be like if and when Kathleen Kennedy finally leaves, it's gonna be so unbelievable because we've been burnt so many times with these things. And
yeah, and they do always seem to be so aware of how things will land. But this again, and I mentioned this earlier when I was on with Midnight's Edge, but how this Bob Iger thing lands, I mean, most people read headlines; they don't read context. So when you read this headline where it says, Bob Iger steps down, effective immediately, replaced by Bob Chapek. That headline, that's not a good headline. That is not a good headline, especially in the Hollywood with so many of the Me Too things going on and all of that. Like, that's immediately what most people were probably thinking, like, whoa, what happened? What's going on? What kind of trouble is there behind the scenes? Because this just came out of nowhere. And but when you read more context to it, it doesn't sound as bad as they were in control of the press release. But I don't know.
It sounds like it happened a long time ago, but I mean, I think they replaced him pretty well. Does anybody know anything? Could you share my screen about Bob Chapek?
He's not very popular within the theme park fandom for sure. With everything he's done with the theme parks, they hate him.
It's a good looking icon.
I just got something. I just got an email from my insider who said early reports confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein was force choked to death, and that's why they think Iger may be behind it.
My sources can neither confirm nor deny that.
Is this why they were after Baby Yoda, I wonder?
Oh my God, that's the darkest thing you've ever said.
Oh, you don't know her, do you?
I don't. We've only hung out one time in person.
Yeah.
It was revenge. Baby Yoda had to go to the casting couch on Epstein Island.
Did you guys
Mecca's all video? Like, oh, kitty, oh, puppy, whatever, but she'll cut a bitch.
Well, have you seen the series of videos going around with Baby Yoda getting killed?
Oh yeah.
I think they're going a little too far. I think you're right.
I had to put him on blast. So. I had to put him on blast.
So Ethan, you wanted to share this screenshot of Tor Johnson?
Yeah, it's Bob Chapek.
Oh, okay. He's a dead ringer.
Oh,
that does look like Bob Chapek. It really does.
He looks like the guy from that eats the weird food, and they remembered the name Andrew Zimmerman in my chat.
Everybody's saying I look like him, but
a little bit. Yeah.
Hold on, let's give you here. Go back. We'll give you the solo layout.
No.
Yeah.
I am wearing a Disney shirt, sadly enough.
Is that
that's
from Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Okay. I keep forgetting.
At this point, at this point, everything's going to be a Disney shirt at some point.
It already is, Jeremy. You know this.
Yeah.
So, Cecil.
yes.
Any thoughts when you heard this? Okay, thank you. Tom.
He's waiting to hear from his inside source.
Okay.
When I heard what? What am I looking at?
Bob Iger,
I'm on the actual YouTube channel watching it, so I'm like,
he's trying to get the true experience.
Oh, okay. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, Cecil. We have 1,941 watching.
I thought that the investors liked Chapek because he did such a good job with the increasing revenue on the parks. So I didn't know that the fans didn't like him.
Oh, they fucking hate him.
Why?
I mean, the parks have from a
Are they not entertained?
Yeah, I mean, from a fan standpoint, the parks have made. I mean, personally, I don't have a huge problem, but I mean, they're doing a lot of changes to a lot of iconic things at Walt Disney World. They're doing a remap of Epcot, and Epcot is changing its name. There's been a lot of decisions with how they are moving away from, like if you go to Walt Disney World and you have rides like Expedition Everest and, other attractions that are not based on an IP, whereas recently almost all of their new attractions are based on IPs now because it's their way to tie in to go, hey, you can only enjoy a ride if it's tied to a movie, if it's tied to one of our movies. And it just feels like it's being watered down. And the guest services have dropped significantly. The parks are a lot dirtier than they used to be. There's a lot of complaints. Disney Twitter is what it's called, and they fucking hate Chapek. They hate him.
Well, the price just went up to $200 a day, right?
Yes, in peak season.
I made that point early on our stream because I was thinking to myself, if this is the guy that's taken over and he's been in charge of like Galaxy's Edge, poor Star Wars. If you thought it was bad now, that's almost an embarrassment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just look. Everybody knows I'm as critical as anybody when it comes to Disney. If I have to be, I'm not. I don't hate a lot of the things they've done in the parks, but Galaxy's Edge is a complete and total disaster. I mean, it is absolutely unforgivable. I've been to it at Disneyland and at Disney World, and it is fucking terrible. It is truly amazing how bad they fucked this up. It's so unbelievable. And so that doesn't give me good foresight for what we're heading to with Star Wars if Chapek is the guy in charge, because he clearly doesn't have any vision when it comes to Star Wars.
Well, okay, so did everybody chime in on the Bob Iger when you first heard it? The whole everybody good? Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add?
Well, I'm more curious now about the whole Project Veritas.
Well, Jeremy, check your phone. Our friend Servant of God 777 sent me an update. There's an actual update on the story. You might want to check it out and then announce it to the people. Because since you announced the first one, I'll have you do the second one. I texted you.
Okay, so you want me to announce this piece right here?
Yeah.
That you just sent me? So this is from James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, and Scoop in response to tomorrow's upcoming #Expose ABC release. At ABC News has suspended the correspondent involved. Stay tuned. So now because Project Veritas has put this out that they're dropping some big information tomorrow, and it's tied to the whole Epstein cover-up.
And it's one of the reporters. I bet it's going to be Stephanopoulos.
Ooh, that would be interesting. So now ABC News has officially suspended the correspondent involved. That is from James O'Keefe. Now, for those that don't know, ABC is owned by Disney. And this could be a really, really big problem for Disney from a PR standpoint. So does this tie into Bob Iger's decision? Who knows? But that's what we're doing, speculating on that.
Well, speaking of speculation for a moment, I'd like to jump ahead. So remember a couple months ago, I think this was where we talked about the Disney cooking the books thing, or remember the woman was going to sue, or she was going after because there were SEC claims that they had cooked the books at the Disney parks. Do you guys remember that story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, Bob Chapek, was clearly in charge of that.
Right.
Let's just play the game that, let's say that allegation, obviously, but let's say there's some validity to it. Why would Disney move this guy up? Do you think it's to cover more shit? Because I'm still wondering, where does the 20th Century Fox merger, how does it net them so much money? I feel like they bought it last year. Obviously, things were in production. It's taking time. But outside of a video library, I don't know what the hell they bought.
And then they dumped the Fox name on top of it.
I'm going to bring a sports analogy in here, and I apologize in advance, but it does tie directly into this. And this happens a lot in sports, especially collegiate sports, where there is a sanctions that's going to be levied against a university or something when they had a great coach. And ultimately, a lot of the bullshit that they've been pulling starts catching up with them. A la Pete Carroll at USC won a bunch of championships, and suddenly the NCAA found out that he was breaking a lot of rules. They start to catch up. What a lot of these schools or teams do is they find someone that can just be a temporary fall guy when things happen. So I'm not saying that is what Bob Chapek will be or could be, but I'm saying it's just that's a theory that I would float out there, that if Bob Iger, because this came suddenly. So if Bob Iger, if there's things that they see on the horizon, this Chapek guy could just be a fall guy. Who knows? Just a theory I'm throwing out there. Does anybody care?
I'm just wondering, do you because I see you brought college, do you think Jerry Sandusky is involved in any way in this?
I believe Sandusky is directly involved in this because it's Disney.
That's what my sources are saying as well.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, I had my mic muted when you finished. I was going to say, I've been thinking about this stuff too, but all this news has come out so quickly. But as we know, like corporate politics, there's always like a fall guy. There's always the public image that you want to maintain. I made this analogy on my stream earlier, but it's like in Spider-Man 3 when Mary Jane gets fired from the play and they say, oh, we'll say you became ill. They're always covering for these people in the public eye. There's always more, though, that we don't know.
Right. There is two ways this could be. We'll probably find out. If there's some kind of allegation that's going to come out against Iger, obviously that's a possibility, just theoretically. Or maybe he's like getting the fuck out of the way for whatever's coming towards Chapek, because he, like you guys said, he's the one who was the head of the parks all these years, and that's where they're uncovering all the inconsistencies in the money. So, I mean, are they officially under investigation yet? I haven't heard.
No.
Yes. I think the last thing I heard, they were officially under investigation. I should go pull up my old videos because I know there were some articles. I couldn't find them quickly though.
I mean, I'm looking right now, like this is Yahoo News. Bob Chapek, who is the new Disney CEO, and it's like yada yada yada. And it says, despite Chapek's 27 years at the company, he is lesser known than other Disney executives among Hollywood creatives. Why? Like, I remember, and I've talked about this on the High Council before. So before, when Kathleen Kennedy was riding high after the Force Awakens and everything looked like she was actually doing a good job, and in reality she was just operating off nostalgia. I used to listen to a lot of Disney theme park podcasts, and there were rumblings that Kathleen Kennedy could be potentially put into the role of being Bob Iger's successor. And a lot of the reasons why was that the board was really happy with the fact that Kathleen Kennedy had a lot of ties to Hollywood, specifically Steven Spielberg, because Spielberg obviously has his hands in everything when it comes to Hollywood. So they were very focused in having someone to lead the company that had relationships with powerful people in Hollywood. But it's clearly saying here that Chapek doesn't really have a lot of those connections with Hollywood creatives.
Powerful connections in Hollywood. They essentially are Hollywood at this point. They bought 20th Century Fox. They own Marvel, which is the biggest franchise. They own. Why would they need Hollywood connections at this point?
Well, it's not so much. It's more so like a person to have a relationship with these people to be the politician they need to be. You know what I mean? So to have a pre-existing relation, because ultimately the Disney CEO is just like me. I used to work retail. I used to be a manager at a grocery store. I didn't have any fucking power. I could just only do what the higher ups were telling me to do. These CEOs can only do what the board allows them to do. So they're just a front man.
What do the investors, what do the shareholders think of his job running the parks? They made money, right?
Absolutely.
That's why he's got the job.
Yep. I would say a lot of that has to do with Bob Iger's all of the properties that Iger purchased that they have bled into the parks. But ultimately, he was the guy that was in that position. So I see your point.
Yeah, I mean, making money. Iger, I mean, he made money with Marvel and some money but Disney was what it could have been and what it was were there were no toy sales for fucking Disney. I mean, think about that. That was colossal. It was hundreds of millions of, or if not more, lost because of mismanagement, poor planning. I mean, it wasn't they weren't trying to tie together 20 movies like Marvel did. It was 3-movie arc, and they couldn't fucking tie them together.
Yeah, I think Marvel is the most fully realized corporate buyout and then integration into your own brand. I mean, I still don't think of Spider-Man and all the other Marvel characters as Disney property because, I mean, all of us here liked Marvel before Disney ever had their hands on it. And especially Ethan, you think of Marvel completely different since you've worked there in the past. But it's I can't believe they messed it up with Star Wars so bad. It almost, like we always say, it has to be intentional at times. There's no way you could fuck it up.
Somebody has to get fired somewhere for it. Finally, somebody.
He's not the first. I don't think he's not really fired because he's shifting over to whatever. But we had Kiri Hart, who got basically shit canned almost 2 years ago now, after The Last Jedi, and then
that was nothing.
And then what was the other one that was with the parks? I can't remember her name. But she got fired just this last summer after the Galaxy's Edge business.
The blonde one. I can't remember her name.
All right. So, by the way, Disney Star Wars is dumb. Great website. Has an article up right now. Who is Bob Chapek? But there's an interesting little thing here that they posted from somebody named WDW Pro. who is saying, look, I'm working every contact I have, but this took many people completely by surprise. I mean, let me run through some of the ramifications. And I'm reading this now. Number one, the coronavirus pandemic is shutting down huge sources of revenue for Disney and could potentially increase exponentially. This is one of the most dangerous times for the company, certainly the most dangerous since 9/11, and could end up being worse. Number two, Lucasfilm is moving into dangerous territory for profitability, and Chapek does not have the acumen or the gravitas to remove Kathleen Kennedy. Iger did. I think that's speculation. Number three, Fox movies inherited into the Disney company have been almost universally losses and look to continue damaging the company's bottom line. And given that these properties are generating losses, that indicates systemic issues in those studios. Number four, Chapek is simply not viewed as anywhere near competent to run a company of this scale. Chapek couldn't run the parks division and has a shoddy track record. With this sudden announcement out of nowhere in the most volatile time period the company has faced in decades, the stock price could take a huge hit tomorrow morning. Number five, there is fear Iger wanted to lock in now, suddenly and abruptly. Number six, Marvel's future is not as strong as it was leading up to Endgame. The future slate of movies is not viewed within the company, and the industry as being strong. There is significant push to get X-Men up and running, but so far that's not moving as quickly as many would like. Iger was able to form a great partnership with Feige in making Marvel a huge success. Chapek does not have that relationship and will likely get run over. This is crazy. And he's saying, as all I'm hearing now is that A, there's more to this story, and B, this was not planned as of a relatively short time ago, and C, politics are in play here. And he says, I don't know what those mean yet. Boy, this is starting to look creepy as fuck, guys.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like I said, it just doesn't feel like Bob Chapek is the guy that you would think would be anointed to be the CEO for the next 10 to 15 years of the Walt Disney Company. This is too sudden. It's just too out of left field. It's strange. I have been following Bob Iger's tenure, and they were molding multiple people to be his successor, and every time it fell through. And they were named, and it was people that you knew he was working directly with. He would appear with them on talk shows and news stations. This Chapek thing is just out of left field. It feels weird.
You know what, Jeremy, you might be right. You were saying he was a placeholder.
Yeah.
If there is a scandal with Iger, maybe the person that he groomed doesn't want to come right in and get his stink all over him. So this guy is the in between.
Yeah, that's just I've seen it 100 times in sports. So
he's the CB Cebulski of Disney.
Well, the groundwork was laid in his book, and I think in one, I can't remember which video it was now, but we mentioned a few of the possible successors, and Chapek's name was mentioned.
Okay.
But even Iger did say in some quote that this does come a little bit sooner than planned, in so many words. I can't remember the exact phrase he used, but that's the thing, is this did seem like it came out of left field. We heard no rumors, no rumblings. I think you guys are right that something's going to come down. I don't know which end it's going to come from, like I said earlier. But, I mean, yeah, Chapek, I think you're right too, Cecil. Like, you see this sometimes in corporations where either they'll have, like you guys said earlier, a fall guy, or somebody who's basically a temporary till they find the right person for the job when they have to make a quick decision. I think they did the same thing with CBS recently when they had the whole Moonves thing. Iannello came in and now he's been replaced. So, you know,
what happens if Kathleen Kennedy is the real future CEO of Disney?
Job security.
Oh my God. Oh
yeah,
wow.
I wouldn't let Chapek be the face of my face. Hold on. Data Racer in the chat said Bob Iger's wife runs USC University Ambenberg Inclusion Initiative. That's the people who gave Brie Larson her less white dude speech. It is also the people Morton Bay works for.
Yep. I remember that. I made a lot of videos on that guy's stupid algorithm video. Or didn't he write a paper that him and Ryan Johnson were going to meet over coffee over?
Yes.
Yep. It's kind of
funny, that dude.
Yeah.
Is the worst. Well, the weirdest part is, like, if you pay close attention to the videos we've made over the last couple of years, like, there's little bitty strings that tie a lot of the stuff we've been talking about together. And, you know, as more information comes out, I think it adds a little more weight to this stuff. I'm not saying this is weird Illuminati conspiracy, but it just goes to show you how depraved these people are in Hollywood and how behind the scenes things are a lot darker and messier than we realize.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like pulling on a sweater that someone keeps knitting and knitting and knitting.
And knitting.
Thank you, Pee Wee.
And knitting.
I love that movie. Real quick, the coronavirus. Have you guys? I mean, I don't really follow like out.
I don't have it, thank God.
Yeah, neither do I. I thought I did.
I called it last night. I called it last night during a live stream. Took some like Tylenol, and it was gone. It was good.
Is this going to be like that bird flu? Or sorry, go ahead, Ethan.
No, I was going to say something stupid. I was going to say I had like a little coronavirus with a twist of Lyme disease. All right, now go ahead.
I was going to say, is this like that bird flu stuff or whatever it was when they did that South Park episode and the cure was 7-Up and what was it? 7-Up and toast or whatever it was. I can't remember now, but it's like the basic cure for the common cold or whatever it was.
No, but I've been hearing articles about or things about how it's going to affect the Olympics possibly and all this other shit. It's like this little snippet from Disney Star Wars is dumb. I didn't realize it was going to affect Disney this heavily.
Well, this is a big thing, and they've already had a drop because they announced it at the end of the day. And like Andre said, it's very strange to do this in the middle of a week. You normally do this kind of a thing at the end of the week so it doesn't affect the stock as bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's going to affect the Olympics even more than the coronavirus?
What?
Chicks with dicks.
Are there stories of that
I think
happening in this Olympics?
Records will be broken this summer.
Hey, it's Japan. I mean, they have like robot cafes and you can buy panties and vending machines.
Thanks, Pork. It was chicken soup. That's what it was. I couldn't remember. I was like, what the hell was it? Yeah, chicken soup and Sprite or 7-Up. Yeah.
Marvel's future, are we all pretty much cashed out on this one or checked out? Excuse me.
I do great if they do Fantastic Four and X-Men well. I mean, there's a lot of material in mind there.
Sorry, Ethan. Since they talk about X-Men up and running, you've worked on X-Men professionally. You're the only person here that's ever affected the impact of the X-Men. As a fan of the characters, what do you think Disney could do with them? Do you think there's a chance where the X-Men could become the biggest franchise like it was for 1 or 2 years back in the early 2000s?
Oh, unquestionably. I mean, look, X-Men was always bigger than the Avengers. And so were the Fantastic Four. I think those two properties, if they do them correctly, could totally fill in for the devastated Avengers property. I don't know why they can't make more Avengers movies with Robert Downey Jr. and everything. I guess they're just priced out, but for goodness sakes, yeah, get some good X-Men up and running. Get rid of the old cast. Sorry, they were fine for the for the aughts, but let's get them out of here. New X-Men and Fantastic Four. Keep it true to the comics. Make it charming. Make it funny. Get rid of the fucking Joss Whedon sense of humor. And I think they're going to be okay. I mean, Marvel. The good thing about Marvel is they have just infinity to mine of just brilliant, wonderful characters that were created by Stan Lee. I don't know why they slum it with Captain Marvel. I don't get it.
Bob Iger made that choice.
Well, did you see? Okay, so we all did we see the Kevin Feige thing about how he almost quit before the Avengers came out?
Yeah,
the lack of diversity, which I think is a fucking lie.
The X-Men is diversity.
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is here's the problem, and the X-Men are the X-Men are A-list characters, A-list, and if they're done right, they can be a $1 billion franchise. But we've heard people within Marvel Studios talk about how the word X-Men is problematic.
Oh yeah,
this is one reason why they don't want to do anything. I think that they're seriously going to consider moving away from the X-Men and call it the X-People or some bullshit. I think that's a serious concern.
There's footage of Victoria Alonso saying that isn't X-Men an outdated name.
I heard they have to refer to them as mutants around the office. From
that's really that's horrible. And I hope. Yeah. I mean, X-Men is a brand, and here's the thing about it: it comes with built-in diversity, and it doesn't annoy me. So, you want to do an X-Men movie straight out of like the 1989 X-Men, where Storm has both a shaved head with dyed hair, and she's black, and she's a woman, and she's the leader of the team. I'm all for it. That should be something that they're doing right now. Right now, X-Men has always been diverse. It's always had a cast full of different people from different backgrounds, and it was done well. So Storm was meant to be a leader. She's a strong character. And I don't know why they don't just get out in front of that instead of what are they doing with the Eternals? There's going to be the first man-on-man kiss in the Eternals or something like that. And this is a big deal. This isn't why people go to superhero movies. You weird fucking Hollywood goons. You disgusting ghouls. You weird little fucking goblins. That's not why people go to superhero movies. Stop making everything about this being gay and that being gay and this being diverse. People just want escapist fantasy. Eternals is going to be the first Marvel movie to just bomb outright. It's going to bomb. Pick it up with Fantastic Four. By the way, do Fantastic Four first. They're the first family of Marvel. Make it take place in the 1960s. That would be great. During the Kennedy era. You can even have John F. Kennedy in the movie, hanging out with. Fantastic Four were so cool because it was all about the Red Scare. It was all about the kind of space race, and it was all about American optimism. And they were a famous family. They hung out with movie stars. They were super rich. It was such a great comic book. And if they get it right, God, if they get it right, that'd be a joy to me. It's my favorite Marvel comic book. It's the only comic book that I actually collect. The Lee and Kirby run. So I'm hopeful.
Something like this would make you happy?
Yes.
I'm glad you told me that, Ethan. I was totally going to sink some money into an ambiguously gay duo movie, but now I'm thinking that's a bad idea.
Well, Gary and Ace aren't going to make the money.
If people don't go see movies just because they want gay superheroes, I'm screwed. There's money in the toilet.
We want entertainment, and we will go and see an ambiguously gay duo movie.
I know I'm being stupid, but come on. It's like it's just getting to that point.
But no, that they want to use this shit against us all the time. It's like, no, we'll go and see it if you give us the right context, the right entertainment value of it, and don't call us a bunch of ists and phobes and tell us how we're all toxic man babies. Because we might complain that, hey, didn't this character used to look a certain way? We're not being ist and phobe. We're just saying, hey, why is Mickey Mouse hot pink now? You know, you don't just change out characters. You don't change them out. And why does he have tits? You know, why is he hot pink with tits? Because in my day, that was Minnie Mouse, right?
Minnie Mouse had tits?
Probably.
For Mickey's sake, I hope.
My version did.
I never noticed. But the Fantastic Four would be cool just like this. I mean, I love the way the characters look and just adopt this look. Why don't you try getting it screen? Why don't you try getting it correct? Put it on the screen exactly the way it is in the comics and see what happens. And by the way, bisexual Spider-Man does whatever a Spider-Man can. A spider can, spins a web any size, digs the girls, digs the guys. People are not going to enjoy that. I promise you people are going to be upset about that.
It's not going to work. I mean, I don't give Spider-Man my money now, but I'd try to find a way to get rid of. Well, I wouldn't get rid of my stuff, but I'm with you. I think it's dumb to change this. I mean, as you said earlier, Marvel has an infinite amount of characters to mine. Just make these other ones popular. People love to throw when we complain about, oh, maybe the Eternals looks terrible and will flop, or this isn't going to be whatever. They go, well, Guardians of the Galaxy were nothing, and look what they did. Well, you know what? I'm going to throw that back at everyone that says it to us about changing our favorite characters. Why not find one of the characters that Marvel has that fits into the box that you're trying to sell to us in 2020 or 2021?
Eternals doesn't have a talking tree and a talking raccoon either.
No, I don't think. Look at Ethan. You're the biggest Jack Kirby fan on this platform. Eternals. That's a creation of his, right?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know because I
guess I'm not that big.
Yes, it is. By the way.
Okay, sorry. See, like you forgetting you're a big comic.
He did the.
Likes it too.
He did the the New World for DC and then came over and did the Eternals for Marvel.
Yeah, I was totally out of the Jack Kirby. I'm a Jack Kirby fan from the 1960s, and I really. Aside from Darkseid, I honestly was never a big fan of his DC stuff.
Not even Commandi?
Believe it or not, no. But Dan DiDio was.
Demon?
Isn't that the Savage Boy or whatever? Commandy, the last boy on Earth or something?
Last boy on Earth. Yeah, Demon was good. I like Demon. Etrigan. It's all right.
How would you feel, Ethan, about an alternate history like they do with Watchmen for a Fantastic Four movie? Where let's say you do have JFK and all that stuff, but you don't base it on one-to-one of our history, like in a good way, not trying to alter it for any agendas. It's just like, well, maybe this happened and the Cold War was a little different and the Fantastic Four stepped in. That kind of.
I would love that. I would absolutely love a Quentin Tarantino alternate history style Fantastic Four movie. Of course. I mean, it'd be great. The world would be a better place.
It won't work. That's a great idea, but they won't do it because there's not a lot where they can go. They want to mix them in with the other characters. They want to do the big crossover event just like they did with Infinity War. They're not going to be able to keep them in the 60s. And
well, what's funny is I actually said the same thing as Ethan a few times, but what you do then is like, you have like Michael Douglas young down, and then you have him getting stuck in the miniverse thingy, the what's it called?
Wait, you know what? What if they fight Kang and then fucking end up in our present and they were
or that.
I love that. I want him to be out of time because I don't think
that was my whole point. Yeah,
if they were they were a little bit square because they were like from the late 50s, early 60s, and they were like had that sensibilities, but because they fought Kang, they're now in 2020 and just
sold. I love it.
Cool.
Right. I think you got to also make the suits look like the classic Fantastic Four, not the 90s renditions where they're with the white instead of the black. I don't know. I'm purist. I like the Fantastic Four.
Talking about the Fantastic Four and the X-Men and all that, they're not going to just give us a carbon copy of those, from the comics to the big screen, because they don't believe in the shit that they spew. They don't believe in diversity. They don't believe in all of this nonsense. What they want to do is they want to change everything so they can play the victim when people complain about it. If they believed in diversity, they would just bring the X-Men from the comics and the animated series to the big screen, and that's diversity. That's true diversity right there. Yeah. But the problem is they don't have their victim narrative to surround with that because they're not changing. They're interested in changing and rewriting history to fit their agenda. They're not interested in just diversity per se. That's why I dismiss anybody that talks about diversity saying they want it, because no normal person actually walks around and talks about that shit. Nobody does.
No, well, they're not normal people in Hollywood, Jeremy. I'm
right,
out here
exactly.
a fucking robot in this town. No, but the thing is, X-Men does have the built-in diversity. No one's going to complain, like Ethan said, about having Storm be the leader. I always thought it would be cool to see an X-Men film where you have two teams, the blue and the gold. You let Cyclops run his he does blue team and Storm does gold, I believe, and just do it like that. No one's going to complain, and you can have your endless diverse list, and you can appease the Twitterati and all this shit, but you're also going to get the fans excited. And like I say on other streams, Tom, you've been here with me, 90 shit's back in vogue. We reached that 30-year mark where shit just flips over. And if you pay attention to this, like the merchandise they make now, 90s nostalgia is kicked in. 80s has gone, it's still there, but the people that grew up in the 90s have the expendable income, the disposable income. So they're going to that. Why not do a 90s, not themed X-Men movie? It doesn't have to take place in the 90s, but, women wear mom jeans again, and there's all these shitty fashion designs that come back. Put Rogue in the big jacket, put Cyclops in the blue with his hair out, all this shit. I mean, Disney has the perfect opportunity to really shut down the the naysayers if they just do a couple things right. But I don't think they can because they won't allow themselves to do it.
I mean, could you imagine bringing those those outfits with those characters with the animated series theme?
An orchestral theme, yeah.
Out of here. That would make $1.5 billion easy. Like, it just would be phenomenal. But unfortunately, if they actually did it, Wolverine would be a black trans. Cyclops would actually, not have his visor, and Rogue
can't be trans because his cock would always grow back.
Rogue would have Rogue would have no figure whatsoever. She would be a toothpick. It would be bad. So, and that's the sad part of it.
So what do you guys think is going to be the big event? Like they did the Infinity Gauntlet for, this. Is it going to be Secret Wars? Like, is that going to be the...
That's kind of the rumor.
Oh, they already talked about that?
That's just a rumor. I've heard rumblings. Like,
how would they do Secret Wars? I don't...
Getting into the cosmic universe, but that's like down the road, yeah.
They own Galactus now. They own... they own all of the Fantastic Four. They have the Eternals. They're, so they can introduce Beyonder or Beyonder.
Remember Beyonder? He looked like Barry Manilow. He wore a white jumpsuit.
Worst designed of all the villains. Yeah.
All of them? Hold on, I'll pull up a picture of them right now.
It had like a white jumpsuit with like the flap on the front. It was.
I think he had a. Did he have? I think he did have the party up front, party in the back.
He had a mullet. He had a mullet like.
He has a Jerry curl. It looks like. Here we go.
He looks like Donnie Osmond.
He does look like Donnie Osmond.
Oh shit!
I remembered it bad, but when you just pulled it up, I laughed even more. I'm like, oh fuck, it's worse.
John Barrowman to play him.
Yeah, the most
Jack Harkness.
The most frightening man in the universe. This guy.
He had infinite power. The thing about the Beyonders, he had infinite power, and he was threatening to destroy everything. But he could be reasoned with, but he was also temperamental, and that was the thing. Like he was like the Twilight Zone episode with the boy who could wish you away to the cornfield, but an adult. And so I remember reading this as a kid and finding it terrifying, even though look at him, it was still a scary series. You know,
like Ron Howard's brother on Star Trek.
Yeah, like everybody was sucking his dick and trying to like make him happy.
That didn't happen on Star Trek, by the way.
It did. Oh.
He didn't tell me that. He said General Ben did, but
yeah, I mean, didn't I haven't read it.
Why can't we just have Donnie Osmond play him? He's still alive. Victim, soldier of love. That's what it is. Not victim.
Steal Beyonder's power at one point.
Dr. Doom did, I think.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that would be cool. Like, there's a lot of shit they could do. People forget. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Hawkeye, big. Like these are even Iron Man, was BC list in the Marvel universe. Yeah. X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, but everybody else, people know who the fuck Ant-Man is right now. The general public know who Ant-Man is. That's how good they did these movies. So, what they can do with the X-Men is, the sky's the limit if they do it right.
Well, here's sequels for those who don't know in the chat. So there you go.
Honestly, if DC could get their shit together, they could force Marvel's hand. Competition breeds, good product. Going back to the Attitude Era, Jeff, what's up. With the Monday Night Wars, wrestling's never been better than it was when he had the Monday Night Wars. And then as soon as you had when you had monopoly in the wrestling business, the product goes down. If DC could get their shit together, DC has the more iconic characters. They have the better villains. They have everything waiting for them. If they could just get their shit together and elevate that product, that would force Marvel's hand to actually pay attention and step their game up and quit pushing a bunch of identity politics and just focus on these characters and these IPs that they do now have control over. So hopefully DC can get their shit together and force Marvel's hand.
That means they have to get a movie out on time first.
Speaking of identity politics, Zach's video today brought up a great point. Like everybody's like, they were showing that Star Wars thing where it was like the 3 columns and each one had like diversity written in it. It was like, these are the important parts of a story. In the 80s, they just did it and no one gave it. Like, it was just like right there is Storm.
Yeah, and Storm and Captain Marvel are in the back of the bus there, though. That's
but Captain Marvel at this time period,
kind of weird.
She was the leader of the Avengers and Storm was the leader of X-Men. And this was almost 40 years ago. And you know what? No one made a big deal about it. It was just like, oh, yeah, there's a black woman running the Avengers and there's a black woman running the X-Men. And it just was. No one was like, this is outrageous. Like, it just was. Everybody, if you do stuff right, it's organic. It makes sense to the story. Everybody's cool with it. Like, you don't need to. They're going back. They're doing shit today that was done 40 years ago. And they want to throw themselves a parade for doing it. It's like, it's been done.
Well, that's where we step in. We let the people know that, like, I'm so tired of the narrative that Black Panther paved the way for the Black Panther movie has paved the way for black superhero films. It's like Blade did it 20 years beforehand.
Right.
It was a huge hit, and everybody respects that movie. And most people, I would say, like Blade 1. Does everyone here on the panel like the first Blade movie?
I love Blade 1 and 2. Yeah.
What's Blade? Because I was told that there was the only black person that was ever in a superhero movie was Black Panther. What's Blade? What is a black person?
Back in 1998, there was a man with a darker pigmented skin. And when superhero movies were on the outs, after we had Bat Nibbles and Robin, we had Blade come out. And Blade single-handedly kept comic book movie interest alive for 2 years until the X-Men could come out and kind of take off from there. And then we had Spider-Man take it to the next level. And since Spider-Man, we've never we've never gone back.
But Jeff, I was told specifically that the first black person that was ever in a superhero movie was Black Panther, and the first time a woman was ever in a superhero movie was the Queen Brie herself, Brie Larson in Captain Marvel. So I think you're on an alternate timeline.
You said Jeremy too. Also, the first female Star Wars character was Rey, if I also remember correctly.
Ray Palpatine, correct.
We weren't allowed out of the basement until Brie Larson became Captain Marvel. I mean, we had to stay in the basement, change up under the toilet for our only nutrients until Brie Larson came along.
Oh my god!
Spawn, I think, beat Blade by a year. I think the chat's
right. Shit! I completely forgot about Spawn.
And then, of course, just in case you forgot about them, you had Meteor Man and Blank Man.
And Blank Man. Don't you forget about Robert Townsend. Don't you forget about it.
Blank he went in the one place we can't go, the ladies' restroom.
Yeah, what about the Brown Hornet from Fat Albert? That was
yeah.
Hey.
Bill Cosby was the first black superhero. You're right.
Yeah. He's something. I wouldn't call him a hero.
Shout out to Bill. He's probably tweeting right now from prison.
I hope he's okay.
How does he tweet from prison? I'm just curious about that.
Does he have a phone?
One, because he's blind, apparently. Does he get his phone? Did he tweet a phone?
Yeah, he's been tweeting.
He's in like the very high class, low.
He was tweeting a few weeks ago, and all the replies were like, "Aren't you in jail?"
I would like to tweet to you.
Make him a villain called Knockout. Like anytime he walks up here and you pass out.
Oh man, good stuff.
Tell you about some pudding pops.
Good stuff.
So, we're going to read a couple of super chats, and we're going to talk about the future of Star Wars, aka the High Republic. Which I know this is a little egotistical, but the first thing I thought of was the High Council, the High Republic. Can't they come up with a better name? Whatever. It's just me. Ethan, I think you're owed a royalty on that. It's too similar.
Oh, I hope so. That's great.
First off, the Fixer says, "I'm back, baby. Just finished the Vader Immortal series on my VR, and it's way better than all the Disney Star Wars, except maybe The Mandalorian and Clone Wars." Anyone watch the first episode of Clone Wars?
Oh, yes.
I did too. What were your thoughts?
Fantastic. Loved the Bad Batch. Loved it so much.
What do you mean first episode? It's not something new just came out?
Yeah. The new season 7. The Return of the Clone Wars, season 7. Premiered a few days ago.
All right, well, I'm paying for that fucking Disney thing. I might as well watch something.
I don't pay for it, thankfully.
Yeah, Verizon. Shout out to Verizon. No, I mean that episode is not technically brand new. I mean that episode they just needed to fully animate it. That was a carryover from a while back, but it was a fantastic episode. It was very well done, and I'm really happy that the Clone Wars is back.
Yeah. Now, like you said though, it can't really be attributed to Disney. There's just these are other things that are either in production or whatever. How many of the episodes do you know? Are all the episodes like that? It's just old?
No. If Ryan is here in the chat, he can confirm. But I think the first 4 episodes will be the Bad Batch arc, and then everything after that. So there's only 12 episodes total. So I believe the first 4 are the Bad Batch, and those are just needed to be animated. And then we move on into the Ahsoka arc, probably, and then the Siege of Mandalore. So that's what it's going to be. So we pretty much know how this is all going to end. If you wanted to check it out for yourself, but if I'm not mistaken, after episode 4 is when we're actually going to see the actual stuff that they've produced from the ground up with this Clone Wars return.
That's
I don't know. It's not Star Wars, but I just got something from an insider. If you guys
let's hear it, Cecil.
This is unconfirmed, but it makes sense. Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby are now recording an album together, doing a version of Ebony and Ivory.
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I hope that Meryl Streep is aware of that, because in her words, she did refer to Harvey Weinstein as God. That's I don't know if that's been talked about a lot, but I would like to just remind everyone that she called Harvey Weinstein God.
You act like somebody actually liked her to begin with.
That's true. That's true. It's true. I think I might make a video specifically around that topic, and I will intentionally make it 10 minutes long.
It's a swear word on South Park, for Pete's sake.
Oh, so good job, Cecil. That's a very, very interesting collaboration.
Yeah,
and
hear what they got to say.
yeah.
Meryl Streep called Weinstein God, but she called Cosby Grog because he took their drink.
Our friend Grimjoy says, I think Bob Iger left to avoid further tarnishing of his legacy at Disney. I also think Ryan Johnson sucks dick for the taste.
Good Lord.
Jesus, that's hard.
So he's not gay, he just likes the taste.
Yeah.
I think he is.
What?
To be honest, I think he is gay.
I think he's married, right?
Yeah,
He was.
Is he?
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
somebody will put up with anybody. So
That thing where Brie Larson did that speech, that was Iger's wife running that.
Well, money does a lot. So.
No, not Iger. Ryan Johnson.
Oh, Iger, both. No, we were talking about Ryan. I think he's married too. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I know Bob Iger is for sure married. I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah. He's married to. Was it Willow Bay? Is that her name?
Yes. I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. By the way, folks, there's an after show tonight. We'll be over on Mindless Entertainment. We're going to be having some fun. There's going to be a post show. Tom, you're joining us, correct?
Yes.
The invites to everybody. It's going to get kind of crazy. So if you guys want more entertainment after the High Council, I will have links posted in the chat. You know where to find us. Just be prepared. The Fixer says, off topic, but I'm listening to the audio series, The Cold War, What We Saw. And I'll say the stories about Lavrenti Beria gave me chills. Go watch it. All right. I like Cold War stuff.
I love Cold War stuff.
I'd like to do down the road a comic about Cold War stuff, but I'd be too inspired by James Bond, so it wouldn't be any good.
Do a whole thing about Hoth.
God damn it.
That's not the Cold War.
Let's see. Matt G, thank you for $1. 200 Watt Studio sent in 2 in a row. It says, EVS coming. Will it change the name to the Gay Council?
How dare you? Yes.
I'll handle this. My client is not gay. He just likes the way dick tastes.
Dick tastes yummy. What can you say?
Pretty convincing right there.
And what if it's great and we'll never know?
Somebody told him it tastes like pie. I can't help it.
I got a question. Since we got 2,700 people watching, do you want to see another cab video fly with myself and the great Cecil Says?
Are you?
Let me know. I'll make it. I might make it up there in the next few months, and we can do another cab video fly.
We'll go. Yeah, let's go.
Press 1 if you want to see it, folks.
Cab video fly part 2. Cecil and Jeremy.
I think
Geeks and Gamers.
Electric Boogaloo.
Ooh.
That's still the best one. That was still the best one.
I need to watch it. I've never seen it.
You've never seen that one?
Ah, man.
You guys should watch it during Mindless Entertainment tonight.
Breaking
It's
and Breaking 2
fantastic.
came out the same exact year. Did you know that?
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
It did. They rushed the new one into production. It wasn't as good as Break-In. It wasn't as good. Break-In 2 was not the. They were trying to save the community center with dance. The only way they knew how they were getting together and dancing to save the community.
That movie had diversity.
No, I think everybody in it was black.
Yellow Flash 2,
it.
you're the only person that said no. I saw you, Yellow Flash 2. You're the only person. Cancel Yellow Flash 2 right now.
Now I can't watch that movie no more because I'm not represented on screen.
Well, since we got the core of the fandom menace here, we need to off air. We need to figure out about our next big meetup for this year. We had one last year. It was a huge turnout. We need to make that happen.
Are you guys
Anaheim
thing? Are you guys?
I have my tickets for the Star Wars celebration. I live out here now. There's no excuse that I have. So we're gonna do it. Jeremy, we need to coordinate some plans. Ethan, we need to coordinate plans with you. Cecil, if you can step away from being
sold out
in there, yeah,
that's fine. I'll hang out in California.
Cool. Then let's just get the word out there early because it's 6 months. I know a lot of people have to save and make plans. Last time we had a guy come all the way from Australia to meet us. So I mean, how much further can you get? Let's make that happen, folks. So just be on the lookout, folks. Press 1 if you're interested in coming to meet us at another Fandom Menace meetup. And this one will be better because we're all, we have Gary out here. Gary can join us. Anna was there last time. We'll try to get Doomcock. We'll try to get everybody involved.
Anaheim. How far is Anaheim from San Francisco? That's pretty.
Was it? It's several hours. Yeah, it's several hours.
Yeah, I'll probably make it from New York faster than he'll get there.
It's like 7 hours according to Jesse. 6 to 7.
Okay.
We're not going to die via the coronavirus. We'll make it. Okay, we'll make it.
We'll just get very, very, very sick.
This is our ploy to like wipe out the Phantom Menace. We'll all get together and then die due to the corona.
I feel like there's like a second part to this thing because you see all the shit. They're like, it's just like the flu. People are dying, but it's like, and because it came from a lab, I wonder if they have like some type of shit. Like, yeah, you get it, but if you survive it, you're sterile, or there's some other like booby trap in it.
I don't like to get too conspiratorial on the channel because people don't care, but there's more than meets the eye to this thing. I firmly believe that it's gonna
Transformers.
Yes.
200 Watt Studio also says change it to the Gay Council in EVS's honor. EVS, do we need to?
I think it's implied. You know.
Cool. I just wanted to run that by you because 200 Watt Studio really wanted to let us know.
200 Watt.
No,
what? 200 Watt Studio. Shut up. Shut your mouth, 200 Watt Studio. You think you can come in here and push these gentlemen around? Shut your mouth. All people.
Hold on. You're a hero to the gay community. You have to understand.
It's not our fault dick is yummy.
Hero to the gay community, but not a hero to this guy. Shut up. I have to start yelling at my own subscribers on my live streams. I started doing that today. I started telling all to shut their mouths as they were giving me money.
Now, I think the Gay Council that might help the algorithm. So if you change it, we might, just saying, it's an option.
It is.
We have makeup tutorials, and we could just put Tom in makeup, and you'd be #1 on trending.
Why do you want to keep getting me in makeup and drag? And
because we know you'll do it.
I do make a better looking woman, I guess. I don't know.
I don't belong on the Gay Council, but a $50 super chat is a $50 super chat.
That's right. It doesn't make you gay.
Makes you a good businessman.
That's right.
Guys, we're planning a big convention. We're planning a big convention of our own for 2021 in Orlando, Florida. And basically, it is going to be Comicsgate. It's going to be the Phantom Menace. It's going to be Weeb Wars. We're planning it right now. We're going to crowdfund for it pretty soon. It's just going to be a big get-together for everybody who's involved in this community to meet up and hang out. All of the comic book artists from Comicsgate are going to be there. I want Jeremy to be there. He said he would because it's like 5 minutes from his house. So it's no big deal.
I think it's me now. Yay.
But you say that like I would drive if it was 20 hours because I like an excuse to drive too. So.
I love driving, brother. It's awesome. I got I got a new car. It's great. But look, we're gonna have this big convention, so that's gonna be another meetup. We'll meet up this year, but next year is gonna be a really big meetup, and they're gonna be it's not gonna be like Star Wars Celebration where we might run into some penisless, Hello Greedo or whatever it's just going to be us. It's just going to be us. And that's what it's all about, guys.
What in the nightmare fucking fuel?
Jeremy and Jeff already?
Well, I don't know what was said. I was laughing at the penisless Hello Greedo.
That's what yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about. And you go up to these guys and you go, "Hey, you're a bitch on YouTube, but I'm going to shake your hand like a man." And they go, "I absolutely run away."
I absolutely know.
Okay, so we don't need any of that. We just need real people, like actual human beings that can act like real human beings in public. And that's going to be this convention. It's going to be great.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Drink with Cecil. You want to drink with Cecil?
Shirts will have everything.
A few of the people on this panel have.
Mm-hmm.
I had many times. Well, okay, twice, but it was a good twice. So.
I don't drink, but I would drink with Cecil.
Twice feels like many times when you drink.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time was insane.
Jeremy got a contact drunk from me. He doesn't drink, but he hangs. Like, he's good to drink with, even though he's not a drinker. Like,
see, you guys need to come out here, and weed's like super legal and shit.
I was
lucky. We have a restaurant that says you need pie, so I mean that's just the name of it. So
I was lucky enough to remember everything with hanging out with Cecil, and most people probably don't remember. I remember all of the embarrassing things he did to himself and to others, and I witnessed all of it, and it was great.
Here's the thing: if you don't remember it, it's not embarrassing.
But I do have Cab Video Fly on record, so and it was fantastic.
We're getting a lot of love. Right
Cecil's
now.
brilliant enough to actually, I think he planned that whole thing out. I think he planned all that out. That's how smart Cecil is. So
if you think that, I'm going to let you think it. Guilty.
Yeah, by the way, Alec, we're seeing that Alec Munoz, as well as many other people, love that we're all back together, guys. I'm happy that we're back together. Press 1 in the chat if you're glad that not only the core founding members of the High Council, as well as our newest members, Mecca and Tom from Midnight Edge. I almost called you Rob. Sorry. Clearly
That's
not.
all right. No, it happens all the time.
Yeah, just let us know that you guys are loving this. Hit 1. And yeah, Fandom Menace Con 2021. Let's make it a thing that happens every year.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, we had that talk last year in Chicago, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We just never made it public, but that was something we're like, hey, this is a possibility after the turnout for the first one. So,
will there be a puppet show?
Yes, of an adult variety, just like in Las Vegas. So
sweet.
Yeah, it's not fun for the family. It's fun for the 18 and up crowd. Man,
everybody's saying they hate
Jesus,
that we're together, so forget it. You know.
Canceled. Never mind.
See, so you guys went to the penis show in Vegas. I just went to the titty show. Was I in the wrong
didn't
one?
go to that. I just remember there was an HBO special that had I was like, what is this? And then
the penis puppetry thing.
Yeah.
Puppetry.
I've never seen it.
How was it, Tom? No, you didn't see it?
I didn't see it. No, I've just seen the South Park episode. That's how I know what it is.
When I'm in Vegas, I'm not sober for very long, and then I don't really remember I do remember the rest. I just don't want to talk about it on air.
What's her face tried to say that South Park wasn't cultured.
That was some bullshit. I'm working on a longer form video about that, but South Park is probably one of the most important pop culture shows ever because it helps us take a step back and look at how stupid society is. And yeah, it's crass, but that's the point. It really gets to a lot of these points that make you think.
It finds out what the fucking boogeyman of the week is that you can't say or talk about, and then they do a full episode on it.
Yep.
And that's what they do. That's their purpose, is to be like, no, you can't do it. That you can do it and make a lot of money doing it. Like that's their point, because they're the only ones in all of entertainment that are big, and they were big enough at the time where they couldn't fire. Comedy Central couldn't fire them, but they were like, oh, what are we supposed to talk about? We'll talk about this. We're going to get sued by Scientology. We're doing a Scientology episode. I mean, it's just the fact that it's like, why do people listen when we're told we can't talk about something? And the whole entertainment industry falls right in suit, except for them. They're extremely important.
Yeah, because good.
I was going to say, they know the golden rule. As soon as somebody says don't look at it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But no one else is doing it. No one.
They exploited the shit out of that.
Except maybe on YouTube, it's people on YouTube doing. But as far as in mainstream entertainment, that it's out. They're it. That's the only guys doing it.
Oh,
Saturday Night Live used to be that, but now it's so fucking. It's so safe and just laugh tracked and bullshit.
Yeah, SNL is not even a shade of what it used to be.
No. The thing is too about South Park is it actually has a much longer shelf life because it's like a thing of the week, like you said, the boogeyman of the week. It doesn't really get tiresome, They
write it the week it comes out. That's how they got past, because every time I watched an interview with them and they're like, people are like, how did you get this past the censors? And it's like, we start writing it 5 days before it airs. So there's no time for the censors to go through. We literally hand them the tape and they put it fucking on. They're like,
oh yeah.
That was fantastic. 6 days to air.
Yes. Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. 6 days. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how they get a lot of that shit past them.
Well, I'm like I said, that woman, that was her name. Not Jennifer. Jennifer Walters is the fucking She-Hulk, right, Ethan?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
This lady, she's just out of touch.
Dana Schwartz.
Oh, Dana Schwartz. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They all.
She literally sounds like Shelly from South Park.
She's gonna.
She's literally Shelly. She's just this bratty little girl who doesn't understand why her older brothers like something, and she wants to come in and fuck it up. Not only that, she stole the AV Club's opinion. So she's like, "Don't blame me. Don't blame me. It's not like it's an original opinion anyway. I stole it from the AV Club." It's like, seriously, lady. So she's trying to blame shift. Oh, she's a piece of work.
She's a piece of something.
Well, I was just wondering if it wasn't for publicity for She-Hulk, because now we've got like the She-Hulk stuff associated with that because she's writing the series, and now we're hearing all this casting of, I don't know if anybody else has talked about this, Alison Brie or an Alison Brie type to be in the She-Hulk series.
What? I mean,
yeah.
Okay, she's gonna Hulk out, right? So she can't be Alison Brie's.
They showed the actress that's playing Jen Walters. It's an Asian chick.
Oh, okay.
So she's Jennifer. She-Hulk's gonna be Asian, but which really doesn't make any difference. It's fine, whatever. But she's a really petite chick, so I'm like, that better be the Jen Walters actress. I hope they get, a really buff chick.
Yeah, they'll probably either CGI the hulked out version and then, just have a computer version in there so they won't even cast anybody, or they'll just
No, they need a roided out chick with a giant clit.
Oh my god.
What?
Nothing. Oh god.
That was
what's wrong with a giant clit?
Last comment at the board meeting.
It's like one step away from undersized dick.
Thank you. You picked it up, my friend.
Yeah. Kevin Smith used to be my favorite. Used to be. Not anymore. The one thing I've noticed too about Marvel projects that aren't Avengers, their CGI budget is very shoddy. Like I went back to watch Winter Soldier, and the effect of Peggy Carter being turned into an old woman looks terrible in high definition. Shout out to our buddy Retroblast and Michael. He put out a series of videos talking about like true 4K versus upscaled 2K. He was getting a lot of flack for it because he's spitting the truth. But go back and watch a lot of these Marvel movies upscaled. They do not hold up. So like the Star Wars prequels, which is sad, you can never really get the full theater experience out of any of these Marvel movies because they don't have a 4K close to film master. Everything's 2K upscaled. They don't look too good if you...
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I wasn't watching it on a 4K television, but I did watch just the scene where it was Chris Evans as the skinny Steve Rogers, and it still looked good. Like I thought it looked good. I agree with the aging didn't look good, but that still kind of worked. Like it didn't stand out. It wasn't jarring. It still worked.
Well, and with the Peggy Carter makeup, like her face just like it would move on the face. Because they didn't do makeup, they just did like a CGI mask, and I felt like they should have just paid the money or got a great effects artist and spent the time putting her in the makeup. Because I don't look at a Marvel movie as a way to like innovate certain types of unproven technology. Like The Irishman, everyone was going on about how bad certain parts looked, so I haven't seen it. So.
Well, and I've been saying that crap for years. Even Mecca will say that because I'm sure I bored those guys with it all the time. That most of the stuff now is 2K masters, and it's just upconverted. And I refused to buy a 4K TV until some older movies came out because those are the only ones that are true 4K because they actually go back to the camera negatives. And as long as there's no CG, there's nothing to worry about.
Somebody just wrote, Cecil is attracted to young Steve Rogers in the chat, but no. I'm more upset that Kevin Smith is skinnier than me now. My whole life, he's been way fatter than me. And all of a sudden, like, I turned around and I'm like, I could always fit in a fucking plane chair. He got thrown off a flight. And now all of a sudden, he's fucking skinnier than me. And it's like, it's disconcerting. I don't like it.
Heart attack will do that for you, Cecil.
What? Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll get one soon.
Just deal with the online trauma. I'm sure you'll have one soon. Let's see. Bombshoe says, this body is not capable of action. I suggest a new leadership is needed. I move for a vote of no confidence in Iger's leadership. Vote now. Vote now. Well, they have voted, and he's gone. G-O-N-E, gone. And no one will miss him. Wouldn't it be funny, though, if we look back in 5 years when we're still doing the show and we're just like, man, Bob Iger's reign wasn't that bad. This new guy, Bob Chapek, is an idiot.
That's how it always works.
Well, I don't want to stick up for him, but outside of Star Wars, I mean, he's been the biggest thing to ever happen to Disney. Eisner had pretty much sent Disney into a nose spin. Just it was going to crash and burn if somebody didn't make a change. He had burnt every bridge with Pixar. If it wasn't for Iger, they wouldn't have had Pixar. They wouldn't have picked up Marvel, because Disney could have got Marvel for next to nothing years ago, but they said it didn't fit with their image or whatever. But he hung up on that, and he's like, no, I'm going to get Marvel, and he got Marvel. Star Wars was really the only stumble of the bunch, if you really look at it.
But look at how bad of a stumble it was. It wasn't just a stumble; it was a faceplant.
No, I get it. I mean,
franchise, it's not going to come back and be like, "Hey, Star Wars is great again." Like, they really ruined it for the next 2 generations of people.
Yeah. It's done.
But how much of that lies on Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson, though? That's the thing.
But still, he approved them. Like, he's the guy who hired them. They had no pull. He
didn't hire Kathy.
How'd she get the job?
George
Lucas willed it to her.
Yeah, I know, but he bought it from George, so
she came with the package. That was the deal, and that's why he got stabbed in the back.
Iger agreed to that deal.
Yeah, and then
the guy, no matter what, he's the guy holding the bag. Like, he's like,
I wonder.
George said this is the girl, and it's part of the deal, and he agreed to that, and it was shit. It was a terrible decision.
Oh yeah, nobody's arguing that. She stabbed George in the back.
Okay, here's the thought though. What if Bob's counter was, okay, I'll take Kathy, but we have to decanonize all of this source material? And I wonder if that wasn't her little comment of, oh, we didn't have any source material, wasn't a stab at Bob Iger.
You're stretching, but it's plausible. Because I mean, that's the thing is, it's in George's book. It's kind of alluded to in Bob's book that she was brought in to and entrusted to secure his legacy in Star Wars, and she stabbed him in the back, basically.
Okay, but that's in Bob Iger's book saying that. What does George Lucas's book say? Because
same thing, same basic thing. Because he knew that she was powerful enough that nobody would fight with her. But to be fair, George didn't write that book. It's about him. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, going back to Bob Iger, I mean, I always got a lot of heat when I would say I've always been a fan of Bob Iger in terms of I thought he did a pretty good job overall at Disney with the things he did. I know a lot of theme park fans didn't like some of the decisions, but I mean, you look at what he did as the CEO of Disney, and he was definitely successful. He's definitely successful. The Star Wars situation is a complete disaster, and there's no way to spin that. But you look at the Avengers, look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, look how it went from the beginning to the end, and he made all of that happen. He put Kevin Feige in that position. Pixar's definitely taken a hit a little bit since Lasseter got fired for giving hugs. Right. But that's the Me Too movement for you.
Yep.
But overall, I mean, Iger has done a great job. You can't really, I mean, you can look at it in isolation as to what's happened with Star Wars and a few other issues. But if you look at the whole entire body of work under Iger, he's been fantastic for Disney.
Well, Mecca, you made a good point about, Star Wars and source material. I think that's the perfect time to transition into the next phase of the show, because initially, and Jeremy knows what's up, the big Star Wars news this week was not just Bob Iger, but it was Star Wars: The High Republic, which, what the hell?
We should do a show called The High Republic where we get fucking wasted.
I live in California. I am all about it.
Before you get into this topic, what was a bigger screw job? Michaels versus Bret Hart or Kennedy versus Lucas?
Oh, dude, I always forget you're a big wrestling fan.
I was about to say, before you even said the second part, I was like, Michaels and Bret, but then you actually brought the equivalent. I'm going to say Kennedy because Michaels was forced into it. And yes, he still did stab Bret in the back, but it was ultimately Vince that did it. But Kennedy and George, yeah, for sure.
I'm going to go Montreal Screwjob just to play devil's advocate. I mean, you changed the entire wrestling landscape and ruined somebody's life in the process.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, but we're talking about the greatest IP in the history of entertainment being ruined.
That's true, but we're also talking about the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
The excellence of execution.
Yes.
I feel that Hart was already on a downward trend at that point because Stone Cold had taken most of his thunder and he didn't know how to adapt, even though behind the scenes he was very, very good friends with Stone Cold and very appreciative. But publicly, I don't feel he handled it as well as he could have. The changing of the tide as well as he could have handled it better because he's that great.
Did you watch the document? Obviously, did the document.
Wrestling's with Shadows, yes.
Oh my God. The fact that he had a film crew with him.
Yeah.
That happened. And his wife went crazy on fucking Triple H.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen Triple H like roll up into a ball quick.
Yeah, it was like.
Because he's like, I fucked up. I know that.
It was fantastic. If you have not seen, I believe Wrestling with Shadows is on YouTube. You can watch it. So if you've never seen it and you're even like a moderate wrestling fan, watch it because it is fantastic.
Jeremy, real quick before I go off on a tangent, do you have the network or no? The WWE network?
If I do, I don't know because I haven't watched it.
Well, I will say this. They put out a Ruthless Aggression documentary and they acknowledge the Benoit title change with Randy Orton. They actually show footage of it.
Ooh,
in a brand new produced documentary. I was like, what? Like I was by myself when I watched it. I was like, I can't believe they fucking showed it. Because normally they act like nothing, like he doesn't exist. But they're doing a segment on Evolution for this episode, and they show a maybe 35 seconds, but they show the match, which is rare for them. They never acknowledge Chris Benoit even existed.
Yeah, that's a big deal actually. So
yeah. So speaking of big deals, guys, Star Wars The High Republic. Jeremy, you started it. You had a big stream last night covering this. You were actually the reason I found out about this happening. I was going to get up today and make a video, but then the Bob Iger stuff hit, and I wanted to get prepared for the council. So that kind of caught me off guard. But if you would, my friend, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't know a lot about this because I don't follow the book series and everything like that. Ryan Kennel, who is part of Geeks and Gamers, actually is our kind of our EU expert, and he kind of follows a lot of this stuff. But ultimately, this announcement was made a while back, and they had the announcement trailer last night. And the big thing that stood out to me was not the announcement per se, but it was the still shot we got of the whiteboard. Pretty racist, by the way, a whiteboard. Why couldn't it be a blackboard? But anyway, I'll digress. But there was this whiteboard that was featured in this announcement trailer, and people, screenshotted it, and some of the bullet points, which is right here, are where this is when I started to become aware, because I messaged Ryan. I sent Ryan the screenshot, and I go, "What the fuck is this?" I said, "Is this for real? Is this a meme? Or is this real?" He goes, "It's real." I'm like, "You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Did someone at Lucasfilm say, hey, can we just prove the fandom is right and make a fucking board of retarded stuff and post it in here?" Because it's essentially what they've done. They have diversity. They have diversity and representation under Star Wars wishes. They have dinosaurs, which is right above representation and diversity in the third column. And then they have not pro-war above Star Wars with the heart. Unbelievable.
Oh, I hate these people. Holy shit.
It's so unbelievably bad. Yeah, it is a real thing. And that is, again, when I first saw this, when people were tagging me on Twitter, that's what I did. I sent it to Ryan. I said, this can't be real. This can't be real.
How can you not be pro-war? If you're not pro-war, then kneel down for the fucking Empire. You're the ones who are fighting him, you assholes. Of course you're pro-war. The rebellion is pro-war by definition. You're going, I don't want to live like this, so I've got to fight. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Every goddamn day these people piss me off about Star Wars. No, it is pro-war. You're fighting for your freedom. God damn them.
Oh, we're not pro-war they'd be if they were chased by a space dinosaur. What are they going to do, ride it as it chops their arm off?
If you're not pro-war, bend over and take it from Darth Vader, because that's your other choice.
What's worse than all that is the Force is the last thing on the list.
The Force. Remember the Force?
Now, also, look at this. Also, look under Star Wars wishes, and then look at the representation and diversity, and then look 2 more down. It says rival houses.
Oh, my God.
Rival houses. It's like they want to create fucking Game of Thrones within Star Wars. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like it's unbelievable. Yeah, or Harry Potter. Like look at that. Rival houses right there. Oh.
So they're literally doing the Vice magazine, how they choose an article. Do you ever see that?
No, elaborate, please.
I want to share it. It's better to just share it. I'll show it. Vice, they did it. They showed how Vice picks topics for their articles. It's pretty much exactly the way Disney is now choosing topics for Star Wars. If you want to just share this, I'll play it.
That was fucking perfect.
That is perfect. That is perfect right there. That was great.
Yo,
this is why Cecil's here. This is why Cecil's here. So
does that say dinosaurs?
Yes, it says dinosaurs.
Are they diverse dinosaurs? Are they transgender?
Yes, it's dinosaurs.
It says dinosaurs. I mean, we looked at this for like an hour. I'm like, does that really say dinosaurs? It really says dinosaurs.
We have horses, but have we had rival horses yet? Oh my God.
I pray to God that these people. Hold on a second, guys. I know this is. Listen, I'm a Christian. If you'll let me pray for a minute, I really appreciate it. Okay, so everybody bow your heads. Sweet Jesus, please open up a gaping chasm in thy firmament and suck all of these motherfuckers to hell. All of them. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. They're ruining Star Wars, Lord. They're ruining thy creation because you created George Lucas, so technically you created Star Wars. You created all things. Punish these people severely. Eternity in hell. Burn their scrotums. Set fire to their taints. In thy name, God. Amen. Amen.
I'm so
praise baby Jesus.
Yeah. Praise the Lord.
And, praise baby Yoda. Praise baby Yoda.
Praise baby Yoda.
I mean, that's what I meant to say. Damn it! I went the other way around. No, I'm so
glad, Ethan, that you didn't talk in tongues again. I was drawn into that prayer right away. You were from the gaping chasm to the sucking in the men.
Yeah.
Speaking my language, pal.
Amen. Amen.
So, is it just me, or does this feel like a hold my beer moment where it's like, hey, you thought Star Wars, the sequel trilogy was bad. Wait till you see this. And they lead with this. I could understand, like, if we just saw these images and we're like, okay, whatever, they're trying to make it appeal to kids, and this is what kids stuff is, it's dumb. But they put this in there, it's like they can't help themselves. They're very self-indulgent.
I'm on my way. I'm talking about Comicsgate. I'm about to launch Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet. I'm fully into comic books right now. I said I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore every single day. I abandoned it. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. They're bringing me back. They're drawing me right back into this shit.
Pulling me back in.
I got it. Wow. I just got something from an insider. It said that actually Disney is working with the U.S. government to release these chalkboard things so that the citizens are not as afraid of the coronavirus.
Hey, give me a screen share.
You got it.
But this is someone tagged me on Twitter because I told him last night during my stream to make a bunch of memes. So this is one that they made right here. Right here. All right. So we have Ryan Humor here on the bottom. We have sassy droids, laser swords, space cows and horses. No white characters. The Force is female. Merch sells and George. So that's pretty good. So the no white characters. Last night, someone took an edit of it, and they just because under where it says, what does it say? No main characters, and they put a little in parentheses. They put cis, SIS in it, and we were like, we fell for it at first. We're like, wait, what the fuck does it say? No cis characters, and we were like panicked. We're like, what? We're seriously? Then yeah, ultimately it didn't. But if you are interested, make more of these memes to further prove how nonsensical Lucasfilm is. We support all of you making more memes like this, even though the original is pretty convincing. It's hard to tell it apart. You know what I mean? So, all right, I'm gonna unshare.
You should tag me in those too. I want to
hear
about those.
I got another insider. Man, I wish I could reveal my sources at this point, but I can't. Kathleen Kennedy has completely abandoned the Force is female, by the way.
Oh,
please.
It's about damn time.
Yeah, it's now the Force is she-male.
Oh, that's not good. That's even worse. That's worse.
Better.
So we have this High Republic thing, which is, it's like a series of books. It's okay. So it started out as Project Luminous. And had anyone heard about Project Luminous before this all dropped?
I had heard about it, but I didn't know much about it. Like I said, Ryan was on top of all that, but I'd heard about the announcement, but I didn't pay any attention to the details.
After the Rise of Skywalker, I just felt like Star Wars broke my heart again. I thought it was already broken and completely ruined, but one more time they duped me. So I tried to pull it back a little on the Star Wars stuff for my own sanity, but you know, Birds of Prey came and went, and now we have more Star Wars. By the way, Ethan, any thoughts on Birds of Prey since we haven't talked in a while?
Yeah, it was a handful of lesbians, and they looked pissed off and stupid, and the movie failed. As it would. I mean, you would expect that movie to fail, right?
Yeah, I had no interest in it whatsoever because it was based off of Suicide Squad, and I hated that movie.
I thought I'd seen that before. It looked just like a lesbian biker bar I walked past once. A bunch of chicks walking around with bats and shit.
Just angry. Why? Like,
yes, very angry.
Ladies, just ladies in general, cheer up. What are you complaining about? What are these ladies complaining about? But it was terrible, and God bless Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what I want to say. I want to say God bless Sonic the Hedgehog for what he did to that movie. I appreciate it. I have an image. I actually have a visual image of Sonic the Hedgehog in that movie versus Birds of Prey. Can I share it?
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. This is it.
I figured that was going to be. We were going to use that for a thumb, but I told Andre it was probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's the fastest thing alive.
He is.
Now, Ethan, you talked about happiness and all that stuff. How does this make you feel seeing this image right here?
Oh shit, it's Pablo. Where have you been, Pablo? Where did your balls go? I haven't seen Pablo in a long time. His boobies look nice. Oh, Pablo.
Okay, so since we got that one, I've got an image to show you guys.
One size bigger on the hoodie, Pablo. Just one size bigger.
Yes,
and it'll drape rather than hug.
So there you go.
They're one and the same.
That's why he hates us so much. Job security.
No comment. Boom. That's it.
I feel like Luke is going to fill up his fucking bottle on it.
What is he saying? What is Pablo? I'm like interested in what he's got to say right now. By the way, he's so much smaller than I thought he was going to. Look how little Pablo is.
Because he's filming Willow.
He's playing Willow's son in it.
Oh,
he's a circular little man.
I want to meet him and take a picture next to him. That'd be fun, don't you think?
Oh, I would love to see the size.
Everybody looks small next to you, Jeff. You're like a mountain.
That's true. Everyone is small compared to me. I had somebody tell me I looked like Andre the Giant the other day, and I gave him the whole pitch about how, thank you, it doesn't bother me, but also I'm much smaller than he ever was. And so I have this picture now I carry with me on Facebook of me next to a statue of Andre the Giant, and then everyone goes, oh, and they get disappointed. So I think I'm going to start doing that too.
No, don't do that. Be like, I'm his son.
I actually should. I'm out in Hollywood where everyone lies about shit. I should just tell everyone.
People don't want to hear your bullshit. They want to be like, oh shit, you won't believe who we met. Andre the Giant's son. He was so nice.
Yeah. I could make that up because he has a daughter and everyone like that's just like a thing. But yeah, he had a son. He was a wrestler on the road, and then I could just make up some bullshit story.
Shut up. Why not?
My friend used to tell people in college that his dad was Goose from Top Gun. Nobody Googled it, and this was in 2010. So
that's actually sad.
People are dumb.
My dad is Hulk Hogan, and he'll beat you up if you keep picking on me.
But Ethan, to answer your question, Pablo Hidalgo is talking about this new initiative, which is basically Star Wars: The High Republic is. Hold on, our friend Data Racer actually sent me a really great basic summary of it.
Is he talking about feelings?
He might be.
My insider just sent me a thing and said he's been putting on weight because he's trying out for the role of Rod at the Hut. So good news for you, Ethan. That's going to happen.
So they're going with live action instead of CGI this time. I like it. So what it is essentially a series of books, comics, expanded universe style stuff, which they canceled the EU for this kind of shit. And it's like the next phase of Star Wars. It's taking it back a couple hundred years. It's going to be an era of more prosperity, an era of expansion where we're going to see the Outer Rim territories be established. Lightsabers have cross guards that aren't made of light, which is dumb. And we have Wookiee Jedis and stuff like that. So
a bunch of
Jeremy,
gay bars.
Gay bars. They're the Blue Oyster in space, right? So Jeremy, you did this big stream last night about this. What were your thoughts when you heard the news, and how did the audience feel? The fans, were they enraged about the stupidity? Were they interested in the idea?
Well, yeah, I mean, your target audience is the EU audience, and they hate this. They absolutely hate it because they're trying to give you like a Dollar General version of the Old Republic almost is what it feels like. You know what I mean? And to even remove us to 200 years from the sequel trilogy, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So you're basically moving us like maybe 150, 60 years from the original trilogy or something. And so it's just weird. Like, I don't understand what they're doing because that should be very prominent still in the mind of like Obi-Wan when he's talking about, for thousands of generations, and it's just they're rewriting history and it's not going to work. They're trying to rebrand Star Wars into Disney Star Wars, all eras of Star Wars. And I do believe, we've talked about this a few times on live streams. I believe that they're eventually moving to reboot the original trilogy.
I will vomit blood if that happens.
I'm just telling you, what else are they going to do? They can't create anything on their own.
Yeah.
200 years before the prequels. Okay. Yeah. So 200 years before the prequels. Okay. So, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It feels too close to like in Disney Star Wars, they act like in the sequel trilogy, like Luke Skywalker, they treat him like he's been dead for 250 years and he's still alive. Like Luke Skywalker, I thought he was a myth. Like what the fuck are you talking about? He's fucking still alive. Like,
but everyone knows who Lando is.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so stupid how they treat things. I mean, so no, people were very, very, pissed off, not happy about it. And then when you look at, the breakdown of the characters that they're showing, and there's just problems all across the board. So it's just stupid.
I heard that Pablo, this just came in also. Pablo is working on a new character based on Obi-Wan.
Oh, really? Is it going to get canceled too, like the TV show?
I don't know, but I could drop the name now for first time ever.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Obi-2.
I was going to say that. I'm glad I didn't. I almost ruined his joke.
So this is the crew responsible for this Project Luminous Star Wars: The High Republic.
Look at Pablo. Yeah. Look at Pablo.
Is he sitting? Oh, never mind.
Oh, he's so small. He's such a petite little. Oh, look at that little chalupa. Oh. Pablo Hidalgo.
Where is he?
Balls go. I love Pablo Hidalgo. I like that he blocked Jeremy. I love that Jeremy's like, "Fuck you, Pablo." Pablo, go fuck yourself, Pablo. And then Pablo just blocked us for that.
I'll never get that live stream you were doing when that happened.
If I ever get another dog and it's a little dog, I'm naming it Pablo Hidalgo with a hyphen between Hill and Doggo.
Oh, it's his wife. His wife is taller than him.
Is that his wife, the lady next to him?
That's his wife.
Is it really for real?
It is for real. For real.
I'm sitting
No wonder he's so angry.
I would like shout out to Lucasfilm for giving the one token black guy center stage here in the picture. Great job, great
he
job.
He actually doesn't really work there.
No,
just,
great product placement right there.
The hallway.
Look at that! It's just a sea of white around that one black guy. That's it.
He so looks out of place. Like he doesn't really look like he should be there.
Of this Last Supper.
He's like, hi. Look at Paizo little Ewok. Wicked W Hidalgo. Oh.
Yeah. Pablo shit, but he carried Frodo up that fucking mountain.
I am so charmed by Hidalgo. I hope he kind of unblocks us on Twitter again. He was a lot of fun.
I'm gonna see if I'm blocked by him because I've never tried to contact him.
Share the load.
Blocked for.
You know what?
You're probably blocked.
I have to say, this Black A was definitely a token hire, and Pablo, it was a Tolkien hire.
Hey, is it me or does the black guy look like he was in Get Out? Like, I mean, he looks like one of the characters from Get Out. He looks very nervous right now, surrounded by all of these white left.
That's why I said he doesn't look like he belongs there. He looks like an intern they just pulled
very
in.
Uncomfortable. He looks very uncomfortable.
He is from Get Out. That's Bob Iger in his body. Oh,
Lucasfilm, Get Out edition right there.
Oh my god!
Release the Get Out cut.
What a nightmare.
Man.
Is Pablo Hidalgo?
Holy shit! That's Charles Soule. That's next to Pablo Hidalgo's wife. That's Charles Soule from DC Comics. Check him out. Oh,
you ever met him?
Yeah. I gambled with him a couple times. He's yeah. How about that? He's writing the comic books, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was featured pretty prominently in this trailer, this new media initiative for Star Wars, which, by the way, our friend Salvador, a listener fan, he's going to be on tomorrow night's big post Toy Fair stream. So, folks, if you want to join us here on this channel tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, he makes an excellent point. If this takes place 200 years before the prequels, Yoda is 800 years old. Does Yoda play a part into this? He would remember these events. Is this going to cause... again, they're trying to worry about contradictions, but like, you know, where does Yoda fit into this? How do they avoid contradictions when they just try to go back and mine this so-called unused, the unmined merchandise, media, the story?
Yeah. You know what's missing from all this?
Yeah,
you look at this image and you're just like, something's missing. Chuck Wendig. Wendig is missing.
Chucky Poo.
What if the dude in the center is actually like the cover for Chuck Wendig, who's not actually fired? Like he's just, this is just the guy that's covering up.
I'm sorry, I hate to tell you. Chuck Wendig's still fired. He's still fired.
I know we have a lot of meme extraordinaires watching right now. Can somebody please let's get a couple things going with this image. First, let's get out to Lucasfilm edition, but also can we get another one where it's you're probably wondering how I ended up this position, and then kind of zoom in on the black dude's face. Can we please get that? I know you guys can make it happen. Tag us on Twitter.
Like Timmy the intern has no idea why he's here.
Mm-hmm.
They just told him to smile. Because look at this. They talk about diversity, but look, there's 6 or 7 white guys. There's one black woman. There's
a midget though.
Well, Pablo doesn't. No, he's a hobbit. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but no, yeah. There's like all these. This diversity card thing is not adding up here.
Every single day.
By diversity, they mean the token one that we can hide behind so we can feel important about our miserable, pathetic little lives.
Oh my gosh. This is such a cringe picture. Oh man.
It is. Now, do you think this kind of stuff's going to roll over into the books? Because I do.
Absolutely. But one other thing too on the memes, can someone kind of clip Pablo and then kind of elevate him and make him actually the tallest person here? Can we get that done? Can we get that done?
Pablo has to tower over everyone.
Yes. Yes. Either that or just make Pablo's head everybody's face.
Wait, add Chewbacca to this picture, but also make Pablo taller than Chewbacca.
Yes, that's the best one.
Have his elbow on fucking Chewbacca's shoulder.
Oh. So
I didn't realize that Charles Soule wrote so much Star Wars. I knew him from Daredevil, Inhumans, X-Men.
Yeah.
It says he wrote Darth Vader. He wrote Lando. He wrote Obi-Wan. He wrote Panboy Lando, Soy Child Dong Lover.
Oh, that's a good one.
that's my favorite one.
Yeah, that was good.
I have 12 copies of it. Think you'll sign one for me?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a tall guy, but I mean, Jesus, Pablo Hidalgo is as tall as Timmy the intern is sitting down. If you look at it, almost.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like the guy with the plaid shirt next to the intern is, if he stood up straight, he'd be taller than.
Yes. But it's not as funny if I can't say Timmy the intern. Cecil knows that.
That whiteboard. That's the whiteboard behind.
That's the whiteboard. There's more. That goes on longer.
Wait, if you're making Pablo tall, could you add a dildo hanging off that whiteboard?
I was gonna say that earlier.
On the table. What is with the drug paraphernalia?
Does anybody know anybody who was in the show CSI who can zoom in and magnify that and make it clearer?
Enhance.
I would love to see what
Enhance.
Ooh, nice Blade Runner reference, Ethan.
Put a bong on this table too.
Well, it is the High Republic, so there you go. But yeah,
put Cheech and Chong in there too while you're at it. It is the High Republic, after all you said.
Can you guys make me a promise that when we all get together in Anaheim later this year, we take a photo reminiscent of this? and let's give it out as a Fandom Menace Christmas card. Seriously,
We only need white people, but we need one black person. So we need in our audience if there's
Just
a black
random guy.
We need you, and then the rest, everybody else can be white.
It's black. Ethan.
I will be Pablo Hidalgo. I will kneel. I will portray Pablo Hidalgo in the picture.
I guess I will volunteer the half blackness of me to be that. So I'll do it. Or we'll use Dion, and I'll take the role of this tall.
You better start practicing that smile
every day of my life, man. You don't know what it's like. I'm from Ohio.
Bigger Timmy.
Oh, our friend. Oh God, this is perfect. You know what, folks? A shout out to our buddy Data Racer. He sent me the image right here. I'm gonna tweet this out right now. And you guys, if you want to make a meme, you just go to our Twitter, World Class BS, and you can. There you go. Meme away. Hashtag Fandom Menace. There you guys go. So it's out there. Do your worst. Make us laugh. And hold on. I'm gonna make a tag right now. For just use the hashtag High Council. And if anyone can get one done before the end of the show, we'll show it at the end of the stream. And I'll show it over on the After Hours show over on Mindless Entertainment. So there you go. There you go. Get involved.
Do good work.
So, speaking of good work, this thing, I don't know how I feel about it, but let's show it because we can talk about how dumb the creators look all day, and believe me, I wouldn't mind doing that all day. But we also have this. We have some images of the work. Ethan, have you ever met or worked with Phil Noto before?
Yes.
Is he an older guy that's been around for a while and just got popular later in his career, or is he fairly new? Because he's only been on my radar for the last 7 years.
That's a trick question, actually. He has Benjamin Button disease.
Oh.
I tell a story about a train incident.
Is it him?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you got to tell me off air.
No, now you can't tell that story ever again.
No, never again. Never again.
Oh my, that is.
Are we talking like a choo-choo train, or are we talking like a 2 Live Crew train?
No, not too late. Okay.
Ethan, you shouldn't have. You blabber.
Of course. Jeff's the only one who gets that.
Well, it's me.
You shouldn't have said that. I mean, I'm happy to know it. But
Some call it Amtrak. Yo, we call it the train.
that was by Luke Skywalker.
The one, the only. Until he got sued by George Lucas anyway. He was banned in the USA and sued by George Lucas. There you go. Luther Campbell, a.k.a. Luke Skywalker, yes.
They're calling it the poo-choo train.
You might as well tell the
Is that his magic porch?
I'm not telling this story again.
Tell the
People know, if you subscribe to my channel, if you're a part of Comic Artist Pro Secrets, you already know the story, and you're already like probably pissing yourself laughing. But
I wish
You got to tell us the story.
I'm not telling this story again. There is no effing way.
For over probably close to 3 years, you've been telling this story, and you've been steadfast never to reveal the identity of the person. It's a horror. It's a horror story. It's a horror story. It's shitting on a train. It's
Chat's going to tell me right now.
I can't.
I just thought that was another word for butt sex, kind of like magic porch.
No. What's the story about a guy? He's like, he works in the industry. Never, he's been fucking like a vault. Never fucking. All of a sudden, he's like, Filmato.
No, I didn't. I just said that's the guy. That's the guy.
No, Ethan, you must not have saw my comment earlier when you were talking about Gail's magic porch. I said an ex-girlfriend he used to call butt sex putting it in her magic porch.
Wow.
Ew.
Yeah, so that's what I thought when you said that. No, she didn't. Poo-poo train. Yeah, poo-poo train is okay, but well, butt sex with Gail Simone. Who wants that?
He's a great artist. He's a terrific artist. Look at that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Listen, the story must be told now.
Yes, I got to hear this too. I haven't heard this. Poo-poo train.
I'm not telling this. No, we're going to move on now. Let's move on. Let's talk about EA. They banned an abusive player from all its games and services. Look at him. What an asshole.
All right, we'll move away from the pooch.
What the hell is that Spider-Man nipple thing up there? What is going on?
Ethan, that's a costume in the video game where you're just in a mask and underwear.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man artist explains how he designed Peter Parker's nipples and bulge. Do we want to go down this rabbit hole quickly?
No.
Okay, cool. I don't either. I don't want to.
When Cecil says no, I think that's a big no.
This is Polygon, the fucking degeneracy of this website.
Unless we're talking about Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
Well, maybe one day.
Now it's going to be the Slaughtering Your Cat of freaking article.
How cool would it be if fucking Sony just put out a one-shot movie not connected to any universe with Peter Parker, the middle-aged Spider-Man, and fucking Miles Morales, like a spin-off of the movie, the cartoon.
Chat is
Are you reading the chat? Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah. I don't know. If I get 50 subscribers, 50 new subscribers, I'll tell the story.
All right, folks, you heard it here first. Go subscribe to Comic Artist Pro Secrets so we can hear the.
We don't have to, but I'm just saying if I do, I will.
If I get 1,000, I'll take my bra off.
Whoa,
Jesus!
I didn't know we were doing shit for things.
Sure, why not? What are you gonna do?
Things. There's a link to my comic book in the description. If you buy it, you may get it someday.
Oh my god. I love it. So thank you. Some of the chat has filled me in. I want to give a shout out.
Tell the story. 50 of you, please sub Ethan.
I mean, I don't feel comfortable, but I will. I mean, I don't feel comfortable about it, but I will tell the story, I guess, if there are 50 subs. And if not, then, I mean, look, we don't have to. We can move on. We can talk about more interesting things. We can talk more about Star Wars and Baby Yoda.
There is nothing George Lucas has ever come up up with that's more interesting than this fucking train story.
That is true, 100%.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But by the way, Cecil, if you get 1,000 subscribers, will you take off your bra too?
My bra?
That's what Slick Rick wants to know.
Yeah, fuck it. Why
not? So we've been talking about the High Republic. We're showing some of the images here. We have Ian McCraig, who designed Darth Maul, I believe. Great work. Can't really knock any of this. I have no issues with the design. Have you guys heard about the villains? They're called the was it the Nihil or the Nil or something like that? Jeremy, you know the proper name, right?
Nihilus, is that what it is?
Something like this. There we go. The Nihil or Nil, whatever. They look okay.
Oh, Nihil. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like Nihilus from. I was looking on Twitter. I'm waiting for memes to be shown, and I'm not paying attention to anything you're saying right now. I'm looking for these memes. I'm looking at my mentions, and I keep refreshing. That's all I've been focusing on for the past 10 minutes.
Really tall Pablo Hidalgo leaning on Chewbacca.
Poor Pablo. Yeah, I'm looking for the memes too. But I mean, okay, Ethan, you're the big artist on this channel.
Sure.
Personal thoughts on these designs. Do they feel like Star Wars to you, or do they look just like generic sci-fi, but they look nice?
Yeah, they look more like Mad Max to me. I get it. It's like, oh, look. No, I don't like it. I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of this fake Star Wars shit. I don't care about it.
This is not Phil Star Wars. It's Mad Max meets Dune or Mad Max meets.
Yes.
Well, not only that, like Rob and I always say, I don't want to have to do homework. Mecca calls it DLC. We shouldn't have to do homework or nothing. We don't care about this stuff. Yes, there is a set of the fans that do, but if it's not in a movie or a show, it's not that interesting to me. I don't have the time to seek it out.
I don't want to find out about these two characters. Like, I don't want to find out. They won't even show me their real faces. So fuck them.
Yeah,
they're catfishing motherfuckers.
That's what Disney Star Wars is, catfish. This, to me, feels like straight out of Heavy Metal magazine. If you would have early 2000s heavy metal, because the effects of showing the boobs in the comic has worn off, so now they're trying to give you real sci-fi, and you get something like this. Again, I think it looks nice, but I don't get the Star Wars feel. Like, even with the prequel era stuff, even though it was like all new and foreign to us, like from the images that they would release, it still had that Star Wars feel. I feel like we're so far removed that this does feel like generic sci-fi. Yeah, you can't get a Ralph McQuarrie, one, because he's passed away, and two, no one has that artistic flair, but you could get it to have the spirit of Star Wars. To me, this is like watching Episode 7 again, when it just doesn't have that feel. It says,
well, look at it's bullshit. They got kind of a sand person face there with Chewbacca's, sash. You know what I mean? It's a little Darth Maul with the tattoos. I mean, it's like they take pieces of Star Wars and kind of slam it together and make this, and it's supposed to substitute for Star Wars, but it's fake. It's all fake. None of this is real.
Well, I think somebody in the chat said it perfect. It's painfully generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the characters looks like a discount Kratos from God of War. I mean, it looks just like Kratos, except just a discount version. It's really pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to come in here with an open mind. We're like, oh, we don't like what they did with the sequel stuff. Okay, give us something new. Because a lot of people wanted them to go back to the Knights of the Old Republic era. Now, I don't know if Ryan Cannell's in the chat right now. Maybe you know this, Jeremy, because you guys talk a lot. But how many years is Knights of the Old Republic prior to,
it's several thousand years.
I thought it was 2K.
So, and and I've played Knights of the Old Republic, which is a fantastic game. I haven't played the Old Republic. We're supposed to be doing a stream actually on that game recently, but this is nowhere. I mean, 200 years prior to the prequels is nowhere near Old Republic, and but again, I don't think people really want. Like, okay, yes, people love the Old Republic. People love the Old Republic era, but I don't really think. After what we've seen with the Disney trilogy, I don't really think that Old Republic fans want them to go do anything in the Old Republic. I think they want them to just be left alone. They don't want them to deal with Revan or any of these characters. They just want them to stay away from it. So they're just so bad at what they do at this point.
That's just 3,000 years. 3,600 to be exact, according to somebody. Then somebody else said 6,900, but we know they're just being a smart ass. So.
Maybe that's the accurate number in the galaxy. No, but I mean, so this stuff came out, and you know what I was thinking about, and everyone remembers this, but Shadows of the Empire. I've been wanting to talk about Shadows of the Empire on the channel, but I haven't really had a purpose to, because it's like, well, it's 25 years old, 24 years old. Why would you talk about Shadows of the Empire? There's other videos that talk about the history, and I don't want to talk about the story of Shadows of the Empire. I want to talk about how Star Wars was kept alive in between movies. And I don't know if it's nostalgia or maybe it's just a better story, and I haven't read these, so it's not really fair. But I look back at Shadows of the Empire and how you got excited. You're like, oh my God, we got a little more Luke. We got that little window between Empire and Jedi. We're going to know the official story. There were exciting things. It was this big cross-media event. We had the book, we had the game, we had the comic, we had the soundtrack, we had the toy line. It was golden, and it still kept the momentum of Star Wars going. This feels very anemic. It feels very flat compared to that, which felt like a big event. It had an actual television commercial. It was how you do cross media. This is just like, oh, this is across all these platforms. It's going to be in magazines. It's going to be in books. It's like, okay, cool. We live in a digital age where I think we need a little more, honestly. Comics are great. Love them. Books are great too. But like, this is Star Wars. You know, I don't think this is going to be big enough to excite people outside of like your readers, your sci-fi readers, and maybe a small minority of Star Wars fans who aren't upset about the erasure of the EU.
Well, Pablo Hidalgo is a small minority. Maybe.
Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, dude. It's the High Council. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like when Lucas was doing it, it always just felt like Star Wars. Maybe it's the design, maybe it's our burnout, maybe it's a great deal of many things. But I don't know. I'm just so removed from this. Like, I would love for something really exciting, but like when Marvel puts out comic books that still ruin Han, that still ruin Luke, that still ruin Lando, like what are they going to try to do with these characters? Like, was the last 5 years all about wearing us down from what real Star Wars was, so we would accept this new McDonald's great value from Walmart Star Wars product? It looks like Star Wars. It's different. They don't have to pay license royalties apparently to Lucas for that 25% difference. Like, do you think that's what this was about? And then this is a slow reboot?
I don't think that they've thought that far ahead. I think they don't know what the fuck they're doing in any capacity. I mean, I think that they fully wanted the Disney trilogy, the characters in the Disney trilogy, to become the new icons of the Star Wars universe. That clearly didn't work. They were terribly developed. They were terribly written. Nobody cares about these characters. They wanted their Solo and their Pando Lando to become the definitive versions of those characters, and the movie flopped. Pretty much everything they've tried to do has not worked within the Star Wars universe. So I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing in any capacity. I really don't.
I just want to mention, I've been talking for 5 minutes with my mute on, and I'm like, why is no one even responding? I did get a leaked still from Mandalorian season 2, which to me feels more Star Wars. It definitely looks Star Wars. Like this looks like video game, or like, what is that called? Outland or Badland? What is that video game?
Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it helps, but my source just told me to tell Cecil that his mute was on, so I think it was a little old news, but
I could show it for a moment. I don't want to get this guy in trouble, but this was a pretty decent looking clip.
What? No.
I was gonna say he couldn't even keep it straight, man.
No Avatar porn. The chat's like, I wanted Avatar porn.
Technically, you could show it. I screened it.
Hold on. Actually, we had a meme already, Jeremy. This one, I think it's perfect for Ethan. You ready, Ethan?
Uh-huh.
All right. So you talk about your biggest question to Pablo Hidalgo, and he never answers. Well, here you go. This is payback.
Oh.
If you get the skeleton, we'll never know.
That one's good. Oh, man.
He looks so happy to be there.
Right.
Click say cheese. Oh, Chuda.
Oh man.
Wait, do you think Slimer is a ghost of a hut?
Whoa.
Breaking news.
That's just in.
Yeah.
Now I can't unsee that. Oh, Cecil, my insider source has just contacted me with this image, and yes, you are 100% accurate. Here it is right here. World Class Bullshitters exclusive. Boom. He's a ghost of a hut.
Wow.
That's cool. I like that.
I'm actually really digging the Han Solo and Carbonite Pop-Tart.
Yeah. I want the whole get up. That's awesome.
Yeah, holy shit.
Mars Attacks Boba Fett.
Yeah. Gumball Machine R2D2. That's amazing. I love that.
Wow. So yeah, people, Ethan, you got your new subscriber.
You know what's even better is they got the little terror dogs in front there.
I didn't even realize that's what that was. Holy shit. This was well done.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking awesome? But yeah, poo-poo terrain.
We're not there yet.
Not Zulgal.
We're not there yet. We are 20 people short. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Well, we're getting some requests. I think there's a couple super chats people want us to read. So let's see. Benito Martinez says, "Shut up and take my money." Thank you, Benito Martinez. Dr. Ian Malcolm says, "Hail Caesar, the 4XL pie eater."
Thank you.
Scottskio2. Per tradition, Jeremy has time for the High Council, but doesn't have time for the High Council?
It's a paradox.
Two of them now. Oh, dude, Tom, you're going to be on our toy stream tomorrow night with...
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I am so excited to talk about all that Toy Fair Back to the Future stuff. It's not funny.
Ooh, I've seen some of the stuff, yeah.
So
I'm only happy about G.I. Joe with Snake Eyes. All the other G.I. Joe figures are trash. So.
Did I not send you a text?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes.
You were the first person I thought you love G.I. Joe.
Snake Eyes looks so fantastic. Everything else is like Fortnite characters. It's fucking bullshit.
I told you, didn't I?
Yes. Pisses
Jeremy,
me off.
you like G.I. Joe comic books from the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have them all?
I don't have them all. I have quite a few.
I'll send you I have boxes of them. I'll send you a bunch.
I will send you my underwear in return. Thank you.
Well, now I'm not sending them.
G.I. Joe lately.
That can be my excuse. How many do you have?
I have boxes. I bought over the last couple of years, I've probably bought 3 long boxes of G.I. Joe comics.
Oh, I thought you were going to say underwear for a second.
I could be my excuse to head up to New York sooner for the cab video. Pick those up.
I'll send them to you. And then you gotta fucking bring them on a plane.
I drive.
You're so weird.
I know.
What's wrong with you? You're Baracus.
Our friend author Stephen Walton says, "All hail the High Council."
No, wait, what was his name? Madden. John Madden wouldn't fly either.
Who are you talking about?
John Madden, the coach.
Oh,
Madden football. He would never fly, and he would call games. He'd have to go by bus. Everybody else would fly.
Oh, that's my cousin's wife is like that. They're super rich, and she refuses to fly. Oh well. TLJ Russian Bot says, "Here's $5 just to see the old and new back cash grab." Thank you, TLJ Russian Bot. 200 Watt Studio says, "Jeremy has a big cock, but it's not his, of course."
Oh,
that was pretty good.
Bro. Our friend Deadwood Dale says, "Tell Uncle E he owes me an apology."
Shut the fuck up, Deadwood Dale. Deadwood Dale owes me an apology, and he knows why.
What'd he do to you?
Here's what he did. He said, I didn't get my copy of Cyberfrog Blood Honey. How dare you?" And I said, "Oh, man, let me have your address and send it to you." And I did. And then he's like, "I didn't even order one." I was like,
Show us on Slimer the Hut where he touched you.
in my heart.
In his heart.
We haven't heard from him in a while. What's up, man? Welcome back, High Council. So just to bring us all back to reality, how likely is it that we have a CB Cebulski level replacement for the Disney CEO?
I don't know.
How likely do you think we'll have that for DC?
Look, it's, that's a whole complicated thing. I don't know. I don't know if there is going to be a replacement. I hope that there is. I hope that they kind of decide to bring a little stability to DC Entertainment. I hope they replace Dan DiDio with somebody from the staff like Bob Harris or Bobby Chase, Nancy Shears. But I haven't heard that they're going to do that yet. And I'm thinking that it might be bedtime for DC.
You know who I heard they're grooming?
Who?
Gail Simone. She's got a very hairy back.
By the way, we got it right here from Pablo Hidalgo, another meme. There you go.
Now somebody put a Geeks and Gamers t-shirt on him.
Hell yeah. Somebody put a Geeks and Gamers shirt on him and with him clapping for his car video, since Pablo loves the car videos. He loves the car video. It's fantastic.
Here we got one more. We requested this with Chewbacca. Here we go. Here's Chewbacca.
That's not Chewbacca. That's Gail Simone.
Poor Wookiee. Apocrypha.
There's a dildo on the whiteboard.
On dinosaurs.
So much. Let's see. Our friend Apocrypha says Bob Iger is gone. Cue crab rave meme. I don't know the crab rave. Do you?
Mm-mm.
Deadwood Dale says Uncle E, you'll be kissing my feet in Orlando.
Who said that?
Deadwood Dale.
Yeah, right, Deadwood Dale.
Yeah, you better be a hooker.
Thunder Robot says, wasn't Iger the one?
I did not hear a word you just said.
Jeremy, is that true?
What was that?
Is Bob Iger the one that was trying to fire Kathleen Kennedy?
I don't think so. I mean, Tom probably has more insight on that.
From what I know, she's pretty protected.
Yeah,
like we kind of said earlier, like, I mean, she came with the package. I'm sure, I mean, 2021 or whatever her next deal is up. I mean, but then again, she's on an extension, so that could be, I don't know.
Yeah. Did you guys say you didn't know what the crab meme was?
I did.
You don't?
I don't know what it is, no.
Really?
Scissor punch.
Oh yeah, it's just the crab. I just do the crab rave. It's that one with the crabs are dancing, and people use it when they're celebrating something. You guys have, I know you've seen this meme. It's overused as hell.
I've never seen this.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's probably good for you since you're never on Twitter. So
I'm familiar with crabs.
You wanted to get some from a toilet seat and
yeah, because I was drinking a Pepsi. I heard that's how you catch it.
Oh, Pepsi, perfect. You want a Pepsi? Anyway, Thunder Robot. Dr. Malcolm says Disney was so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
Yeah,
There's a lot they shouldn't have done with Disney Star Wars.
And then you packaged it and you patented it and then you sold it.
I need to watch that movie again. We're going to do all of them on the channel eventually because I haven't seen 3 or the Jurassic World films, so I'm far behind in the Jurassic Park saga. 200 Watt Studio says, Jeff, you missed my super chats. I actually saw when this came in, and I made sure I went and read both of yours before they popped up. So, or as they popped up. So 200 Watt Studios, I did get those. I don't know if you're trolling me, man, but thank you either way. Spinning My Wheel says, D-Day Cobra, did you see the Epstein Mardi Gras float? Happy Mardi Gras.
I did not.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And yeah, and it was, and then the guys, they were called the it's Hillary behind Epstein choking him out. Around the float, you know how the guys who walk behind and front. It's a bunch of like guys dressed in like prison that with their hair gray with a noose made out of like bed sheet around their neck, and they're called the swinging Epsteins, and they would dance with the floor.
Here you go.
Love it.
Jeremy, there you go. There's a picture of it.
Oh my goodness. That is fantastic. Oh man. Okay, that's great. That's great.
Murdered somebody in front of the entire world when we said he's gonna get murdered, and then it was like, oh, the guard went on duty, off duty, and the camera's thing, and he's dead. It's like in front of the whole fucking world, they murdered this guy, and we're just like, it's crazy. So who did it?
Harvey Oswald.
It's exactly like Lee Harvey Oswald.
Wait, no, she said Patton Oswalt.
Oh, if only. Only you were alive in 1962.
No, who killed Epstein, I meant.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize that guy had the reach. It's fitting that today is Fat Tuesday, so there we go. We're all here. Thank you. Dr. Ian Malcolm says, Bob, it's fine if you want to put your name on something, but stop putting on other people's franchises. Yeah, Bob Iger is the king of the acquisition. That's all I can say. Balthazar, the extraterrestrial, says, breaking news. Birds of Prey got a PG-12 rating in Japan. Any thoughts?
I'm laughing about something else, but I can't. I was laughing about something else, but I can't talk about it on the show. So.
Okay.
You're saying rated R in the United States is allowable for 12-year-olds in Japan?
I guess so. We have really high standards.
It's probably got cut down really bad.
Well, no, I think we could probably air that. I mean, there's some anime that's pretty graphic. That's not really.
Some of it's probably pixelated.
Well, I mean, when I made my Birds of Prey video, I said they're probably going to make a PG-13 cut of this film to appeal to that Hot Topic demographic, to use your phrase, Mecca. And that could be the case, that they're cutting it down to try to make more money, but I've never seen a more desperate attempt from a film studio to make cash.
Well, why was it R? Anybody get naked?
No, it's bloody.
Yeah, a lot of F-bombs and a lot of gore here and there.
R-rated movie and nobody got naked?
Yeah, that was bullshit.
I mean, hell, even Deadpool got naked in his movie, even though he didn't want to see it. So, there you go. Mark C. says, do you think the investigation into Disney cooking the books turned up something? What do we think?
Possibly.
I mean, I think you're always going to find stuff there. I don't think there was anything that was catastrophic. I mean, I think we would hear about that if there was something that big,
I would pay close attention, though, because you never know it could pop up. Let's see. Kevthar113, it's the perfect time to jump ship. Coronavirus will hurt the parks. The only thing keeping Disney's bottom line in the black. What say you all?
I mean, I think the coronavirus is a big problem for them from a box office standpoint and everything, because that's going to hurt their overseas, which is pushing a lot of these garbage movies that they're pushing out in the U.S. and the overseas market is really inflating that box office for them. And then, from a traveling standpoint and from theme park standpoint, this could be a huge, huge problem for them moving forward. So.
Rock, and anybody else have any opinions on that?
Really.
No.
It's too grim.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rocket Insano says, the High Republic makes me absolutely livid.
It just feels really cheap.
It does. I can't get behind it.
It feels like a Dollar General version of the Old Republic.
Mm. And you
Dollar Tree.
Well, that's where all the merch will be.
No
and
kidding.
Everywhere else. I don't think this is going to be that popular.
Obviously we're going to find out. I bet it'll do fine numbers, but then again, a lot of the Marvel stuff in general is just not moving the way it used to. So,
people are saying in the chat that you got your 50 subs, Ethan. It's time for the story.
I keep looking and it's just not true. No. I'm sorry. I've only received 36 subs.
I'll see if anybody bought any cash grab, because I'll just tell the story if anybody bought cash grab. Nope.
Let's see. Rocket Insano, we read his 200-watt studio says, speaking of the new Star Wars merch, Target is coming with a line of mops, brooms, floor wax, and garbage bags. The Fin 2187 janitor line.
As much as Finn was a garbage character, John Boyega is turning into a national treasure.
What's he been doing lately?
Roasting Disney Star Wars, roasting the SJW Star Wars fans on Twitter. He doesn't give a fuck.
But he just got hired for Ryan Johnson's Knives Out 2.
Did he really?
Yeah. Him, Tico, and not Rose Tico, what's her name? Kelly Marie Tran. And,
that's great.
And
Oscar Isaac, is he in it?
No, I just saw Ray.
I want diversity, Cecil. I need Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
Okay, so can you confirm that with your sources?
Hold on. Yes.
All right, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I could share a photo of a scene from Knives Out 2.
Oh, no, thank you.
At this point, I think the most anticipated thing on the High Council is Cecil's shared photos going to make the Jeff seal of approval to get actually published.
Technically, he could have shown it by even accurately. He wouldn't have gotten in trouble. He just would have been mad.
Servant of God 777 says, Jeff, update on the Veritas story. Check your DMs. Thank you, Servant of God. We did check that out. We did talk about that here on the show. Etep Wakoyan's the place to be reviews. You guys can check him out here on YouTube. He says, Jeff, have no fear. My Batwoman review is here. Etep Wakoyan has sacrificed his time away from his family to review every episode of Batwoman. So if you guys need a take on that and you want some, you want to laugh, go check it out. I highly recommend him. He's a good dude. Reed Plancha rejected message. Either way, thank you very much. TJ Swan says, Disney is Hollywood. They own that ish. They definitely own most of the entertainment business, and nobody wins. Seriously. Because remember, folks, we're all riding the high up into the Avengers, and now post-Avengers lull. It's going to take something big to get people excited for the Marvel brand. DC shit the bed, so we'll see. Ethan, what do you think of that Batman costume?
I thought it was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I doesn't look any different from any other Batman movie I've ever seen them make. It's fine. Who cares?
How would you feel if they adapted a direct one-to-one Neil Adams or Jim Aparo style Batsuit?
It would be fine. I don't care. I just don't care. How many more Batman movies are they going to make? Enough.
My sources said 3.
Oh, really? All right.
100.
Make a Cyberfrog movie. Why does that? Enough Batman. I get it. He's a Batman. I get it. You know what I mean? The Christian Bale movies were the movies to end it all. I mean, they were great. If you don't like that, go watch the Michael Keaton movies. If you don't like that, go f yourself. That's it. That's all there needs to be. You make more? All right.
One more Batman? One more.
No, one more, I guess.
One more.
You know.
Now, here's a name we haven't read in a while. Mareth Dialine says, good evening, High Council. I haven't forgot about y'all. Life just decided to be busy at the moment. Well, Mareth Dialine, thank you very much for coming back tonight. We appreciate that. And, I await your next limerick.
I have to stop and tell the Poo-Choo train story. We are officially at 50 subs. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And I'm a man of my word. Now, this story is not about anyone in particular, just an artist who went to a baseball game, went to Yankee Stadium, enjoyed a few hot dogs, enjoyed a few too many hot dogs, okay? And then, there it is, the Poo-Choo. And on the way home, suffered some stomach-hairy distress and decided that maybe he would just kind of squeak a little, and when he tried, he filled his pants with pancake batter. It did not work. So he panicked, and he realized that the train was going to stop. There are a lot of stops between the Yankee Stadium and where he lives. And one particular stop, there was, you got 2 minutes before the train picks up again. There was a sporting goods store, he knew, right across the street. So when the train stopped, he was ready. He ran into the sporting goods store holding his pants, and he knew he could buy like a pair of sweatpants and then change real quick in the bathroom, and all would be well, right? So he runs into the sporting goods store, grabs a pair of sweats, pays for it, runs back to the train, makes it just in time. Goes into the bathroom, takes off his pants, throws them out the window of the moving train, reaches into his sporting goods bag to retrieve his sweatpants, only to discover he had bought a sweatshirt. So there it is. There's the Poochoo train story. Thank you. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you.
So how did the sweatshirt fit?
He had to wrap it around himself, and he was covered in poop.
I remember you telling that now.
Yes. All right. So
good times, man.
And what does he have to do with Star Wars?
Nothing. It's absolutely, nothing.
We're more than just a Star Wars show, Cecil. You know that.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk about poop.
Public service announcement.
No. All right.
Reed Plancha, thank you very much. He says there is so much more analysis to be done, and there will likely be more information to emerge. Phantom Menace is set for months of streaming. I think you meant to say Phantom Menace is set for months of streaming. Yes, we are, because you can stream the Phantom Menace once every 2 hours, and you're good. But we have a ton to talk about. The High Council is just as strong as ever, and it's funny. This makes me laugh because everyone's like, "Oh, after the Rise of Skywalker, you're dead." No, Disney. Until the world of entertainment changes, well, we're here. So the world of entertainment ain't changing anytime soon because they're always going to try this new crap. Jeremy knows.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. My insider just said that Kathleen Kennedy is actually going to option that story for Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants Part 2.
The Poochoo story?
Yeah.
Wow. Wasn't there already a sequel to that? So wouldn't this be the third one?
Yeah, well, they want it to be Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants number 2 is actually the other.
Well, I thought it'd be Sisterhood of the Traveling Turd, but
well, I have my insider says that's going to debut at the Phantom Menace Con in 2021 in Orlando. So just putting that out there. Who wants a screening of that? Nobody, but you're going to watch it anyway. Let's see. The Geek Conservative says once Jeff mentioned heavy weaponry in his opening statement, we all knew Jeremy was in the house with his above average PP.
Hello. Great to be back. And just above average. No big deal,
Swinging Cod says Iger stepped down because he caught the Wu flu while blowing his Chinese overlords. He gonna die.
Oh my God.
If it can make Cecil break, that
whiz.
Here's a people gonna die.
Martha, my dear, says, "Oh, happy day! Bob Iger is gone. Great job, Phantom Menace." Now, are we responsible? Are there going to be videos blaming us for getting Bob Iger outed because it's wrong? But you think somebody will have?
Mecca said that earlier.
Wait, you just outed him?
Yeah, we'll have people blaming us.
I will wear that badge very happily.
It's just one more accomplishment for world-class bullshitters.
Just one more. We got to keep them coming. 20 is our big year. Started out strong. We're going to end it strong in 2 months. Let's see. Cecil of Christmas Past says, dyed hair. Ethan is a fake geek girl.
What?
I don't know. It says dyed hair, ? Ethan is a fake geek girl.
No. I don't know what that means.
Did you dye your hair recently?
No, not at all. No, I didn't. I didn't dye my hair.
So it's always been green?
Wait, what?
What God gave me, I guess.
Ethan has green hair right now?
No, I don't. That's not why I was wearing a hood today in my video.
Did you dye your hair?
No, I didn't do it.
You did have your hood on during the video. You got your hair dyed.
No.
If you get 100 new subscribers, will you show it?
No.
Damn it.
No way. And it's not green. It's meant to be blonde. It's not green.
Oh, you okay, folks, come on. The chat wants to see it, right?
No.
It's orange, they're telling me. You got to weave, according to Mike TV.
People say, my insider said you look like Eminem. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. You look like too many M&Ms.
No. All right, we move forward.
All right, we'll move forward. Let's see. Cecil Christmas Pass. We read that one. The Last King of Scotland says 800 million people in China are under military quarantine. Coronavirus is most likely a bioweapon released from a level 4 level 4 bioweapons lab in Wuhan. Like I said, I just know people are getting sick, and that's about it. I gotta follow this shit more. Have you guys, Cecil, are you following it? You have it, right?
The Wuhan virus?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah.
I had it. They say heat and alcohol kills it. My weight keeps my heat up at all times. I sweat in the winter, and I'm always drinking alcohol. I'm fine.
Oh, perfect. So I'm safe too.
Boom. Yeah, there you go. Heat and alcohol.
Daniel, thank you very much for your very generous super chat. Bob stood for those without a voice and stood against all men and boys whose toxic masculinity threatened Star Wars effeminacy. He was a shield of Kathleen Kennedy, and now who will guard this dreaded enemy? Who will guard Kathleen Kennedy? Jeremy, go.
Who will guard Kathleen Kennedy? Pablo Hidalgo will guard her kneecaps. That's for sure. No, but I mean, at this point, it's true, because if you take on the role of CEO of Disney now, you're going to have to, be the person that's out front answering for her terrible decisions, because that's what Bob Iger has been doing. So I don't have an answer to that question. I really don't. Maybe Kevin Feige, because he's getting involved with Lucasfilm now.
Feige and what's his name, Favreau, and who else? It was Filoni is already involved.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely, I don't think Filoni is that type of guy to be out front and having to answer for her terrible decisions, because he's not politically savvy enough. Favreau might be, but Feige definitely is. And I mean, look, we just got the news that Feige is apparently pitching a Star Wars movie. And I mean, again, Kevin Feige does not get involved with Lucasfilm to just be, just a random guy running around. Kevin Feige is that's the dude. That's the man. He walks in the door. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's there to change the game. He's there to make some things happen. And it's not a coincidence that he's involved in Lucasfilm in some capacity while they're underperforming across the board. So I would say Feige, if anybody.
Let's see where we are next. 200 Watt Studio says, first of all, thank you. FF in the 1960s and go into the negative zone, get trapped for 50 years. Then Stark checks Baxter building that he owns. He flips the switch and the Fantastic Four come through to the present day, chased by a nihilist. Cecil, how does that sound to you?
I like shit like that. There's a lot of ways you can do the, them being like throwback characters from the 60s in our time. There's a negative zone. There's, like I said before, Kang. There's so much. They're a sci-fi family, so there's a million ways to pull it off. So it can be done. I hope they do something like that. That would be cool.
Ethan, what do you think?
I think it's cool, but it's not as cool as my new comic book character.
Who's that?
I have a new book coming out called Fearsome that I'm probably going to launch. It looks like I might launch it at the end of the year with Rainbow Brute, because it's. Let me show you the initial drawing of him.
That is awesome.
Yeah, this is by the great Kanan White, who is going to be the artist of the book. Fearsome is a new take on ghosts. It understands and explains the spirit world and what it means to be a ghost, disconnected from your human form. This is unfucking real. I'm so happy with this. That's my guy, Fearsome.
This is Kanan did this.
Kanan did this. Yeah, he's working on the first cover right now.
I didn't know we could do commercials.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen? It won't be hardly any porn.
I'm disappointed already.
Oh, by the way, there's a Star Wars related thing. Anna, that Star Wars girl, is doing a centerfold drawing by Kelsey Shannon right here. Boom.
That's awesome. I love that drawing.
So that comes with every issue.
She was getting a bunch of shit on Twitter about that earlier.
Why she wanted that?
Because SJWs are anti-women and they don't let women speak for themselves.
Oh, fuck that.
I know. Aren't they awful? They're just hypocritical. They're like, "Oh, we're offended by your body." And nobody asked you.
Yeah, I'll get a copy of this, Cecil, because I want to read it.
Oh, by the way, here's the thing. We had a tier where if you pay $3,000, this is an alternate cover where you could be the front of the human Cecil Pede, and Anna wanted this part, but she got outbid. Somebody bought it before her.
Oh,
So then that's when I was like, well, Kelsey was the artist for this, and he's like, well, we'll do a centerfold for you, and she's like, and they came up with this together. That was great. She was thrilled. But the Human Centipede is a movie that her family would watch every Christmas, all three of them. So that's how she really actually wanted to be the front of the Centipede. And had it stolen. That is crazy. So yes, cash grab coming soon, probably next year even.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Who knows?
Let's see. Balthazar the extraterrestrial says, if Bill Cosby is tweeting in jail, he must be in a Swedish prison.
Hey, hang on. I got a good Pablo meme. Hang on just a minute. Where the hell did it go?
Oh my God, more Pablo memes, please.
All right, here we go right here. Here we go. Boom, right there. Pablo Baggins. So hang on. There's Steven's been retweet right there.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, he is the tallest one in the room.
There he is.
The man is huge.
Oh, it's got a bong in it too. It's got some bongs there.
A couple of dildos on the board.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of this community tonight. You guys
Great memes.
Let's see. Yeah, there he's tall. Okay, so that's all we got. So
Alien Xenomorph says, Shock EVS is here. He's usually talking Doug 24/7. I didn't know you were a Nickelodeon fan, Ethan.
I love that show, Doug.
Yeah, he's just a kid trying to make the grade.
Yeah.
Horace Cock Johnson says, Beyonder, omnipotent being who takes the perfect human form. Captain America, logical. Immediately dyes hair, gets a perm, and dresses like Ace Frehley, except in white. Wait, what?
Huh?
I think that's the perfect way to describe what the Beyonder looks like in Secret Wars 2. Cecil, was Secret Wars 2 any good?
No, Secret Wars 2 sucked.
I've only read the first series.
I liked it. I did like Secret Wars.
I mean, I like the parts with the Molecule Man was dating what was her name again?
Thunder, was it? What was
or Thunder?
I don't remember, but it was I remember liking it, and I remember everyone around me saying this sucks compared to the original. But I found it to be kind of scary, you know. I liked Poltergeist 2, though, so I
like Poltergeist 2.
Yeah, I liked Poltergeist 2. So I mean, that's the thing. Like some sequels, I liked it when I was a kid. I didn't see the difference really between Poltergeist 1 and 2. How wrong I was.
Both creepy as crap, though.
Well, Secret Wars 2 was the Beyonder comes to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little less. It was, I don't know.
God is in his holy temple. Earthly thoughts, be silent now. Hi, Caroline.
I love that movie.
I know. I watched it so young, and it creeps me out still to this day.
This house is
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, if you share that, Jeff, somebody finally made the one I requested.
There you go. It's up, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I can't see it.
nice. Look at old Pablo rocking the Geeks and Gamers hoodie.
That
Good
is
job.
so high tea.
Good job, buddy.
And he's tall.
Looks great.
Give that a little heart there.
Yeah.
House of Fred.
Tonight.
Proud of you, Pablo. Really proud of you.
Our friend Mikey Gussler says, I just got done watching the whole Democratic debate. I think I lost cells.
God.
Virtue signal after virtue signal. Bunch of losers, Trump 2020.
I mean, Biden said 150 million Americans have been killed by gun violence since 2007. So
That's like half the country.
Yeah.
I know. And nobody corrected it.
Did anyone call him out on it?
No.
Wait, none of the other fucking candidates?
No.
Wow.
We would be like, I can't even imagine a world where half of America just disappears over the last 10 years. I think we would have known about this, Joe.
I can imagine it, and I wish it would happen. And I would say to him, yeah, like let's make that happen. Not through gun violence, but let's make them disappear. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So basically, Joe Biden is saying that gun control is the Thanos snap of the last 7 years.
Yes.
Yes.
Good on you.
No one jump on that and notice that number was.
They do that all the time. Like, that's the thing. When you're running your mouth all day long, and I can't relate to this. Some inaccuracies might, escape. If could happen.
I was watching the first few minutes of the debate when they were calling Mike Bloomberg a racist for his stop and frisk stuff, and it was just I don't know. It was really pathetic. He was groveling, and I just turned it off. It was cringe. And then I started thinking, next debate, he's gonna show up with a black girlfriend with total.
People want you for president, Ethan.
People what?
Want you for president?
Sure. Yeah, I think I would do a fine job. I'm a complete and total idiot with no qualifications whatsoever, and
You're hired.
Yeah, I'm eligible.
Well, hold on, I can do that.
Just anyway, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be anything more popular.
Can I have a job doing anything? That'd be great. I'll abuse the power. That's all I want to do.
I will immediately abuse the power of my office. Immediately. Of course.
Could you issue me a no-show?
I will issue you 10 no-shows.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
So let's see. We have our friend Yanahal. What does the High Council think of the YouTube personality Gail Simone's new channel?
I love it. I'm glad she did it.
She has a new video. She just put up a new video.
She talks to the audience like they're children.
That's what I was talking about when I said the magic porch.
Yeah, right.
No, but she's got a new one.
A new one?
Yeah, the second video is up now.
No, is that true?
That's true. Go look at it. If you want to share it right now, Jeff from World Class Bullshitters, I think everybody would really appreciate it.
We do a live viewing of it?
Yeah, why not?
What's it like with Gail Simone?
Is she still talking? Yeah. Is she still talking to everybody like they're children?
I mean, I only watched 2 seconds of it.
I also have a superpower.
I will show the channel, but I feel like she would be the kind of person who would be like, yo, copyright strike. So there you go.
No. If we talk over it, sorry, there's no copyright strike. Pause it when you have a comment. It's commentary.
Oh.
She has 2 videos. That's it.
She just launched yesterday.
And she's got how many freaking subscribers?
Like 1,000 something, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought it said 135K.
Yeah, but she has over 100,000 Twitter followers. So.
Did you guys hear Mary Mayhem do her voiceover for Gail Simone's tweets?
No.
That was one of the greatest moments ever. I'll see if I can find that.
I'm going to read these because we got a lot, and I know people got
to run through it. Go.
Well, everyone's gonna get their time. I don't want people to be up till 1 o'clock. So
I said run through it.
Oh god damn it, Cecil. Rockbiter. We have to know if those Asian girls are cuter than regular women.
Oh.
Maybe we will, Rockbiter. The kid from Brooklyn says, Jeremy, let me join you guys for the cab video. I'll treat you both to lunch and drinks at PJ Clark's afterwards.
PJ Clark's? Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do that.
There you go.
What is PJ Clark's? Pretty good place?
Yeah, a little pricey. Let's do it.
We just had I won't say a name, but a listener who's now a friend of ours took us to this sushi place the other day. I've never had better sushi. So I got to get the name of it and give him a shout out on the air because it was fantastic. But anyway, sorry. I'm looking at PJ Clark's. It looks pretty cool. Let's see. Our friend Cracklin says, real question. When will we be able to get some Cecil and Ethan Yao art? Yeah, Yaoi.
Yowie.
Yowie art. What is Yowie?
What is that?
Boy on boy.
Oh, I will have that in the next comic that I produce, and everyone can get 2 copies. No, I would never. I'll blur your faces. Yeah, the Fixer says, for the context of my last super chat, Berea assaulted and killed hundreds of underage girls while head of the NKVD, later KGB. Stalin called him my Himmler. Oh, well, that is very dark. That's very dark. Thank you, the Fixer, though. I did take a screenshot of your video, your suggestion at the beginning of the show. Yellow Flash 2 says, I'm sure it came from a lab. Oh, it for sure came from a lab and talks of COVID. So
yeah,
I'm going to be following it. I want to see if the Olympics get shut down after the guy Dick Pound was talking about it on Twitter today. Did you guys see that?
About the coronavirus?
Yeah, Dick Pound is the guy's name.
Wow.
Yeah, I was stuck on that for a second. That's why I kept my mouth shut. I'm like, dude's name's Dick Pound?
Yeah, right here.
The whole fucking press corps there, they're like, any questions? Everybody raise their hands. Not about my name. Everybody's hands.
Here, just briefly, IOC member Dick Pound says Tokyo Olympic organizers have until late May to see if the virus is on control. If not, you're probably looking at a cancellation. Dick Pound, the longest serving member of the IOC,
Did that on purpose.
Oh my God! Trojan brand condoms chimed in. We're not sure what he uses, but we use hashtag Magnum.
Oh, that's great. Oh goodness. Hey, do you want to hear this reading of Gail Simone's tweets? The rant. You saw the rant she went on a few days ago, right?
Yeah.
I've been so out of Twitter.
Okay, and Mary did a reading of it, and it's fantastic. I'll just let you hear a little clip if that's all right.
Out the Birds of Prey bomb because I think she had money coming to her.
Yeah. So right here it is. This is great. Mary Mayhem. So she does the read through right here.
I have never been on a date or had a genuine friendship with a woman, yet still feel supremely confident in endorsing every aspect of their appearance and sexuality and history. And one time, a girl said hello to me, and I peed like I literally just peed all over.
Now, is that how she sounds? Because I've never heard her. I've never heard her talk. Is that how she sounds?
No, she sounds like she's talking to a bunch of first graders.
Well, you can hear how she sounds. I mean, if Jeff wanted to play that video, he could.
Let's play that. You want? Oh, you don't want to play it though, do you, Jeff?
Well, just for a second.
I mean, I don't. It's up to you. I'm not. Either way is good. So, but yeah,
porn. You won't play the video. You can't let me hear forever.
That's true. I won't play porn on the channel. I'm sorry, Cecil. I don't have the giant comic book backing.
Yeah, how's your father? She did sound like Rosie O'Donnell. That is great. You didn't share the audio. I can't.
Did you share that? You didn't share the audio.
Oh, it didn't. There's
a little button you have to click when you do a screen share. So unshare your screen and then go to click it again, and then in the bottom left corner says share audio. But
I think you hit the wrong video. That looked like the opening to Free Willy 2.
Oh no, that was Gail.
Oh.
Yeah. The convention threw up on me, and the lady in Glasgow almost threw up on me. The conventions are lovely, but getting there means airports, missed connections, and all the weirdnesses that go along with air travel.
There is nothing more boring than hearing someone talk about comic book conventions and having to go to comic book conventions all the time.
Yeah. Do you remember in the 70s when people would say, like, you got invited over a neighbor's house and they'd show a slideshow? But
yeah.
No one's dealt with that for 40 years. She's brought back the fucking slideshow.
Oh my God, you're exactly right. I get to go to conventions all over the world. It's like,
and this is my cousin Cindy.
Well, I mean, if you guys need a cure for insomnia, this sounds like the perfect channel. Like, I know that's what I'm gonna do tonight after the after show.
So. If you ever wondered what the difference between American bacon and Canadian bacon is, Well, you're in luck.
Look at the thumbs down. She's got 68 thumbs down to 70 thumbs up already. It's only been up for like an hour.
Poor woman.
Feel free to go over there and hit that thumbs down on that, guys.
No, person.
Could you imagine if we honestly, if everybody, we got 2,390. Everybody. Now listen.
The algorithm's gonna be like, what the fuck?
Everybody go to What It's Like with Gail Simone and hit that thumbs down. We want we're going for 2,500 thumbs down to 70 thumbs up.
Well, that would knock it over 3,000 if everybody here went.
Guys, you got to do it. Everybody.
No. Just shy.
We gotta share the link in the chat.
Hey, and there's a Hail Caesar comment.
Hail. All right. Guys, everybody has to do this. Everybody has to do this. Please put the link in the chat. Go over there, hit the thumbs down. I want it to be 2,300 thumbs down. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Oh God, these people are mean.
Oh God.
Learn the code.
You know what, man? She's talking like a first grade teacher here, but she's one of the most vicious people in comics, and she's a major reason as to why it's in the shape it is today. So
she's a big time. I mean, she is the reason. All right, refresh it and see how we're doing, guys. We really need to get.
They want the link in the chat.
Oh my God! It doubled.
I'm putting the link in the chat right now.
We want to make that bar look like a lightsaber, just a tiny little blue with a whole lot of gray, and that is up to you guys. Only the Fandom Menace can make this happen. Only the Fandom Menace can make her ratio look like a lightsaber.
When did my mom start making videos?
This better not be porn, Cecil.
No, that's her video.
Okay, good.
Oh my God, you're savage. Anyway,
304. It's going.
I say that with all love, of course, Cecil. Just so you know.
We got a ratio, Gail. Like, I mean, this has to be the biggest ratio of all time, and we can do it, guys. I believe in us.
Where did it go? There it goes.
It's in the. I'm putting it in the chat right now, over and over.
You know what's funny is I think I'm planning on going to C2E2 to hang out with like Yellow Flash and shit. I was gonna try to. I don't know. I might.
When is that?
I think it's July. I gotta look again.
No, C2E2 is
Chicago.
Chicago. It's like March.
Yeah. Oh, is
Like-
it March already? Holy crap.
It's like next week, right?
I know it's not far away, so I'm like not that worried about it, but maybe it is. You might be right.
It's like next week. I don't know. Maybe I can fly out and.
I don't know. I haven't gotten paid yet.
Hi.
446 thumbs down to 71 thumbs up.
Poor woman.
What do you mean?
Hi.
Oh, it starts in 2 days according to this.
It's an awful video.
Let's see. Zachary Shaw says, "Do you think Mara Jade Skywalker was a better female protagonist than the amazing Wonder Ray?" Yes, I personally do. What do you guys think?
I think everyone's better than Wonder Ray.
Yeah, I at least Mara Jade was the wife of Luke Skywalker. She was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to. I mean, I know a little bit about Mara Jade, listening to Heir to the Empire, you know, and yeah, I mean, everybody's better than Rey, though. That's the whole point. I mean, she's a terrible, terrible character.
Jeremy, you're a better Jedi than Rey. Rey Skywalker.
Rey Palpatine.
My favorite one of those memes, because you've seen those Rey memes, right?
Which one?
Where it's like, "What's your name?" She goes, "I'm Rey," and then it shows like Rey Skywalker.
Yeah.
My favorite one is "I'm Rey," and then it says "Raiders of the Lost Ark." Married his ghost in the sky. They're so fun.
It's up to 500 and she's gained like 500 views real quick.
Oh.
She's going to be like, what the hell is going on?
I'm a hit, honey.
Salad King, thank you very much. We have prevailed. Iger steps down. Kennedy banned from set. Ryan's trilogy stuck. Listening to on hold music for eternity. Take a shot with me, my friends. All hail the toxic brood menace.
The toxic brood menace.
I'll play the drinking game over on Jesse's stream tonight because why not? Whatever. Haven't had dinner yet. It's gonna get weird quickly. but we can celebrate there. Tom will be there. Invites open to anyone who wants to join us. Yellow Flash 2 says Comicsgate Con is going to be at the Ram Ranch.
He said that before. I don't know what the Ram Ranch is. It sounds like a porno somewhere or other, though.
Porch or whatever?
Yeah, maybe.
If we're going to be in Orlando, we're going to the Gator Motel. Cecil probably already has a room booked at the Gator Motel.
You know, the funny thing is the people in the chat could think we're just being facetious about this. We can make this happen, and we'll make this happen.
What, the convention?
Yeah.
No, we are going to make it. I'm already working on it.
All right.
Yeah.
No, but the Gator Motel, seriously, I really want Cecil to stay there. I'm gonna this fucking place is horrible. This is a Google image that I found. Tell me you don't want Cecil to take a picture in front of this place right here. All right. This is high quality 5-star resort right here. So I mean that's the
Wow.
that's the Gator Motel right here. Look at it.
Oh, that's nice.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
Crackhead Jeremy says I live there.
Look at that. Right there. Look. That's high quality service right there. So
you could go to 100 motels that look just like that without a giant gator ripping out of the ground. Have you stayed there?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I caught the coronavirus.
Oh, that's what you caught. Okay.
Yeah.
Christopher Richshot, the Gay Council is not inclusive enough. How about we just call you the Rainbow, formerly known as the High Council?
And then we get here. Godzilla! Rocket's mouse, no.
Is that you, Cecil?
No.
Oh.
No, I was playing. Somebody said go to 3 minutes and 30 seconds in the Gail Simone video, and it is an atomic cringe. And it really is. I just watched it. It's fucking horrible, and I want to die.
What minute is it?
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Why don't you talk to everybody like they're fucking 3 years old?
It's both of them. It's oh my god, it's her and her husband, both of them.
Oh, let's see. Since we're pulling an EFAP right now.
Why can't somebody leave the coronavirus on their magic porch?
Oh.
Rewind it. Make it like 3 minutes. Yeah, there we go.
She killed the Megazord.
Yeah. They're going on a trip. You have difficulty with volume.
What? We're done. I'm giving her a thumbs down. That's the Megazord. That is not Optimus fucking Prime.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, she's got a lot of thumbs down. Anyway, wow, her view count went through the roof, though. I think she owes us $1.
Yeah.
Well-read user 1 says EVS is gay for pie, great taste, and he cups the balls.
I like pie.
I've been to your house. There were 4 pies on your fridge.
You better believe it.
Picture. Screen share the picture, Tom.
Okay, which one, Tom?
Did he leave? See, now he leaves.
Oh, he left. Okay.
Send him a picture.
Oh, you need pie.
That's not too far from well, it's a bit of a drive. That's up in Estes Park.
I need pie. Something tells me I need pie.
I know, right?
That's just the best marketing ever.
I like pie.
Yeah.
So we were at the haunted hotel, and right down the street is this place, and that's the haunted hotel. The Stanley.
What state is
You need
Colorado.
pie.
Ethan, I feel like you're one. You just need to remember those old Hostess fruit pie ads that they would put in the back of comics?
Yeah.
I sure do. Yeah.
Why don't you put one of those in one of your comics? Like draw it with Cyberfrog. Don't use Hostess, but just do like a parody of that. I feel like that's perfect for you.
I was doing that for mine. Thanks for ruining everything, jerk.
I'm sorry. You know what?
That's such a good idea, Jeff. I think I'm going to do that.
God damn it to hell.
Alpha Terranima says they're putting super chats in the stream that turn the freaking Ethan's gay. Sorry, Ethan. Everyone's just after your sexuality tonight.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them, but straight as an arrow.
Anyway, my idea was where the Cecil character was going to get sodomized by Fruit Pie the Magician.
You can still do it. I mean, there's only 7 different stories you can tell in the world, so why not Cecil sodomy? 16-bit mascot says, have to contribute to the OG High Council. Hail, I'm sad Jeremy had to fill in for somebody, though. $1 for everyone but Jer.
Wow.
Thank you. That's really nice. Cancel Jeremy.
I am really glad that we do have the dynamic back. This has been the best show I've had or been a part of in a long time. And since I missed you guys. Anyway, Modalicious, Flaming Carrot sells more than Captain Carol. I didn't even know they still made Flaming Carrot comics.
I have a couple of those.
With I was trying to explain the plot of Mystery Men to Jessie the other day. She looked lost. Leo Breaker 49, thank you very much. Evening High Council. Speaking on She-Hulk, terrified they're going to give us the current version of her in the comics. Ugh.
Wow, I don't know why they're doing that. Nothing's allowed. There's no sex. Sexiness is forbidden. Look at Birds of Prey. Like, sexiness is just out the window. Like I mentioned before, the last three Star Wars movie, there's no sexiness. The men have no swagger. The women have no sex appeal. Everything, and now, you go to She-Hulk, which was always a sex bomb character in the books, and now she's just like a big dude, like no feminine quality at all.
Yep.
Well, I was reading John Byrne's run. I started at the beginning, and I was entertained. Now, I would love a show like that, where it's kind of like
she broke the she was the original character before Deadpool to break the fourth wall.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was awesome because she says, if you don't buy my comic, I'm going to come to your house and rip up your X-Men books on the cover. And then on the last cover of the book, it said, here, sorry about your X-Men books or something. Like, that was so fun and meta.
Yeah.
Why can't we get fun? That's all I can say.
And he always drew her like with her clothes falling off. It was sexy. It was fun.
Dr. Coffinail says, welcome back to the High Council, Ethan and Jeremy. You pieces of shit.
Whoa.
So, let me just give you a little context. Dr. Coffinails loves you guys, except Jeremy, obviously. But we have a game we play on the podcast proper where we take a famous movie quote and we end it with the words, you piece of shit. So, may the force be with you, you piece of shit. And it caught on. We saw it on Twitter. We made it a thing.
Nice.
Dr. Ian Malcolm says, go back, cash grab on Indiegogo. Hail, Comicsgate.
Hell yeah. Do what he says. No one gets hurt.
Proto-Logisme says, no joke. In an interview about Dave Filoni, our illustrious mustachioed Kathleen Kennedy said, it's strange to sit down with someone and have an actual meaningful conversation about the character development and plot. I would believe that came from her, though. I would believe that. She's an idiot, so there we go. We don't have anything to adapt, says Kathleen Kennedy. That was the biggest eye roll moment of her career, maybe. Possibly. One more Gail Simone update. 571, so it hasn't changed. Let's see, where else are we at right now? We have our friend Salvador who says, 1K thumbs up, can't stay long, working and lurking. Hopefully this Iger leaving is more like the head of the snake and not the head of a Hydra. Cut one off and two more appear in its place. Hail Hydra. I would like if that was the case. Let's see, we have Brian. Thank you very much, Brian. He says, go back, Ethan Van Sciver, Cyberfrog, Unforgettable Tales number 1 and 2 on Indiegogo.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that.
Dorn Grimblade says, the Montreal Screwjob was work. Don't fall for it. Lucas/Kennedy was worse.
It was not a work.
I'm reading Gail's comments, and one of them says, a pie-addicted Mormon with a long nose and toe thumb sent me here to downvote this video.
Who do you mean?
Clearly, it's Tom. Bomb Shoes says in episodes 1 and 2, they reference the Rusin Reformation and how there has been conflict in the galaxy for 1,000 years. So what are we going to do with this new crap set 200 years in the past? I'm taking a screenshot of that because that's an excellent point where it just goes to show, oh, guys, 2 years ago, we sat at the Lucasfilm Ranch and we came up with all these great stories, but you didn't think about basic dialogue in the prequels that you have to acknowledge. Sorry you didn't like them, but they're Star Wars canon, no matter how much you'd like to make them non-canon.
Yep.
Dash Attack says the word aliens isn't on the board. They're so inclusive that alien isn't even a real thing. Everyone is a human. I don't know. I'm trying. But yeah, I did notice that. Disney Star Wars is lacking interesting aliens anyway. I mean, most of the main characters are, you have Chewbacca, who's a Wookiee, but Babu Frick, that's it. Porgs aren't really characters. They're just merchandising.
Therm Scissor Punch
was barely filmed. J-Pat says Star Wars has dinosaurs. Cicero, Google it. I'll have Cecil look that up. We're going to keep on rolling. Balthazar, the extraterrestrial, says space dinosaurs. What's next? The Sharknadoes? Space Sharknadoes? Also, are they going to go full Transformers 4 on the dinos? Push the button, Doomcock. I don't want Doomcock to kill us. I'm not ready to go. Let's see. Star Wars dinosaurs. Oh, wait. That just gave me a bunch of... Oh, I found it right here, guys. Cecil, you don't have to look it up. I found it right here for you, my friend. Okay. Ready for the Star Wars dinosaur? There you go. Let's see. Delicious says, pray Disney Star Wars chokes to death on their own dildos. That's a little mean, but okay. Balthazar, the extraterrestrial, says, hope PewDiePie will do a meme review on the whiteboard. I didn't realize PewDiePie was still alive and kicking, but good for him.
Hey, he just came back.
Oh, okay.
The mainstream's already after him again after he came back. First video, already after him. Dr.
Coffinail says, my thoughts on the High Republic. I long for a reason that death will bring. Well, Dr. Coffinail, I hope your death doesn't come too quickly because you're supposed to meet us at Horror Hound next month, and we'd love to hang out with you. And if you're dead, that's not going to happen. But either way, thank you. Saroon of House Roundhead, thank you very much. He says, how do you feel about Han Solo ditching Chewbacca in Star Wars for a CGI dog in Call of the Wild?
Hey, I liked Call of the Wild.
I did not see it, but when Harrison...
I went
to the basement,
I'm sorry.
That he would make that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I went to see this movie specifically to roast Harrison Ford for doing a movie with a CGI dog, and when he could be, doing Star Wars, and I ended up liking the movie. And Buck, the CGI dog, better developed character than anything in Disney Star Wars, which isn't saying much.
How am I not surprised?
Yeah, I know.
Jeff, this girl on YouTube reviews a lightsaber dildo. It's safe, though, honestly, the picture, I promise.
They won't send me any of those. I've been trying to get Geeky Sex Toys to send me some. I'm probably problematic or something.
Our friend David Hervey, sorry, Becca, how would you review those on YouTube, though?
I don't know. I'm hoping at some point that it goes off screen where we can't see it, and then she opens her mouth and light comes out.
That would be an impressive LED. Looking at this image, David. Okay. Sorry, I guess my internet's cutting out a bit, guys. David Hervey says, looking at this image of Pablo Hidalgo, now I see where they got the idea of BB-8 from. That's mean, but I like it. I approve. The Quiet Man says, the High Republic, Lucasfilm's next great abortion. Think it'll fail?
It depends on the expectation because it's hard to determine if it's going to fail because I don't know what they're. Again, this is these are books. I don't know what. I think the intent is for them to create this, and then hopefully it turns into something they can create feature films off of and shows, and they can kind of create their own new Disney canon within the Star Wars universe. So from that perspective, I do think it will fail. Yes.
Mandalorian is a hit with the fans. I mean, it's getting good reviews. It's getting positive response from.
I agree. I like the Mandalorian a lot.
I mean, so if they're like, just do more of that. Like, there's a billion stories you could tell. Don't fuck it up.
Well, the thing is we do have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni directly, handling the Mandalorian, and we saw the weirdos that are handling this High Republic. You know what I mean? We saw those people. So that's where I start getting my concern. So because we got three things right now that are working in the Star Wars universe, and none of them are the films. It's the Mandalorian, it's the Clone Wars, and it's the video games. And I understand that that's maybe a controversial statement to make, but Jedi Fallen Order is a very well received game. Battlefront 2 is a great game up to this point. And like EA and DICE had to go directly to Lucasfilm to deal with them and try to question them on what they want to do in these games. I mean, EA, I believe it was EA, even had to go to them to convince them to use Jedi and Jedi Fallen Order. How the fuck do you need to convince Lucasfilm to use Jedi? What the fuck is wrong with these people? You know?
What do you buy for $4 billion if you can't use the word Jedi?
It's so stupid.
Here's $4 billion. Can I use the word Jedi now? No.
These people are idiots, man. They really are.
God.
Our friend Shogun Orta says if they want High Rep to be the next trilogy, they better move fast if they want to meet that 2022 spot. I have a feeling that that's the case, and they're far ahead of what we believe. They just want the first year people will buy into the hype, they'll be excited, and then it'll get to a point where people are like, before they get tired of it, they'll be like, this is the next movie, and there'll be all this hype, and people will be excited. And I think that's what the case is going to be with that Shogun Orta. So they better hurry. They will. Our friend Kenneth the Rock says, what does the whiteboard say? The one in the background, we don't know. The image does not is not big enough to zoom in on that. But the one that we read earlier in the show had words such as diversity and opposing houses and stuff like that.
Dinosaurs,
or how do you say that?
Representation.
By the way, folks, it looks like we hit 1,400 likes. So you can keep hitting it. I'll give you guys a Saturday Good Morning Pop Culture because we hit the number. You guys can dictate the topics. This is a very live stream heavy week. I will be streaming tomorrow night with Michael of Retro Blasting, Salvador of 2 Cent Toys. We'll have 2 of our patrons on, as well as maybe a special guest. I can't announce that one yet until I get confirmation, but he is aware and interested if he gets back in time from Toy Fair. And Tom from Midnight's Edge will be joining us as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hello.
And then we'll also have Thursday night the podcast, and a Saturday morning the live stream. So this is live stream week, folks. Get involved, have some fun with us, and make sure that you guys join us on the after show over on Mindless Entertainment. The link is in the chat right now. So up next, our friend Jeg says, Pablo, am I right? Also 11 guys, but 0 testosterone.
Right. And I got another one of the Pablo pictures in this thing there if you want to share it quick.
Oh, God. Yana Hall. All right. Brian Snell sent in 2. He says, so they got rid of Shadows of the Republic and Shadows of the Empire for this? And he meant to, then Brian clears up saying, I meant Old Republic and Shadows of the Empire. I didn't realize they got rid of Shadows of the Empire, guys. So that pisses me off because I really like that story. Jesse and I actually talked about in the shower yesterday about Shadows of the Empire and how great it was. And that's the
in the shower?
That's what I was.
That's the nice we live, where it's like, you know, we're in the shower and Star Wars come here. You were there. You were in the shower with me.
I was. We were discussing it because it was excellent. It was one of my favorite N64 games too.
Yeah, if you want to hear more about our shower excursion into Star Wars land, join us over at Mindless Entertainment right after this show. Yana Hall says, the picture only works if you pick out a random black guy who has nothing to do with the event and just happens to be delivering Uber Eats at that moment.
Who ordered the one with the kale?
Mm-hmm. Oh, kale, that's Jesse's favorite. Darth Badass says pancake patter. Yes, because the
equivalent of the texture of.
Oh. Casey Jones 89 says tell the story. Well, Casey Jones, Ethan did, but thank you very much for the super chat. Bjorn to Kill says that picture is the weirdest swinger party ever. You know, Bjorn, you usually have like a nice, sharp, biting super chat for the guys on the podcast, but this is my favorite one you sent in. Cecil of Christmas Past says, I am legitimately sad now to know it was Nodo. You know, Ethan, I was a fan of this guy's artwork, still am, but every time I see one of his like nice portraits that he does of like Sue Storm or some famous comic book woman, I'm just going to think of pooping on a train. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Let's see. Acid Blade. Sorry, Nova Zero. Thank you very much for your very generous super chat. No one I know from the Old Republic crowd wants these weirdos anywhere near the Old Republic. They don't understand Star Wars. They don't understand the fandom. They won't understand the Old Republic. Well, duh. Here's the thing. We might be Mike Zero. We might be from the future because we clearly know that the people that they get, the creatives, aren't necessarily the greatest people. Maybe Charles Soule writes good comics. Ethan and Cecil know better than I would because I don't read a lot of modern stuff. But
pretty good. It's okay.
But yeah, I get it. They don't understand the lore. The thing is, Pablo was hired as like a continuity guy back in the day, so he should understand this shit. Of anyone, he should be the greatest ally to the Star Wars canon. But for some reason, aka money and job security, he doesn't say anything. So we know who's responsible for all this stuff.
But why wouldn't you bring Marvel guys on that had talent after what they did? Like, get some people who can fucking tell a story that people care about.
You know, Cecil, I'll say this to be brief. When Marvel relaunched the Star Wars books in 2015, they did a bad job compared to the guys at Dark Horse. So, Acid Blade 21 says KOTOR was 5,000 years before Episode 1. It says in the opening crawl of that game. Well, thank you, Acid Blade 21. I was not aware because I've never played the opening to KOTOR. But word on the street is the new Xbox will play all the old backwards compatible games, and KOTOR was one of them. So it looks like I might be playing that eventually.
Yeah, it'll play.
What'd you say?
It'll play it.
Okay, well then it looks like we'll be playing KOTOR one day. Maybe we'll.
Which one do you have?
I don't have one. I'm talking the new Xbox.
Oh, okay. I mean, like the Xbox One X right now upscales Knights of the Old Republic. It actually runs really good on the Xbox One S, One X. The One S upscales it too, but not as good as the X. But the new one, I'm sure will too. I haven't heard for sure. But
I read that it will upscale it, but I figure if I'm going to get one, why not? Do it there.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Upscaling the graphics and the frame rate.
Let's see. That Brown Bat says, but it's not the Old Republic. It's the High Republic. Everyone's either on spice or death sticks. I know I'm in the minority, but I will pay good money to see that Elan slays Bago, a Star Wars story where it's just he's an underworld death stick dealer.
I'll pay good money for death sticks.
So will I, man. You want to go home and rethink your life? No, I don't. I
want to try them.
200 Watt Studio says, Soiled Underwear Jeremy is my other channel. Demogenai says, glad to see y'all together. The High Republic won't work. #fail. This might be my favorite one. Vince Hickey says, I have unsubscribed and resubscribed to EVS's channel 20 times. Can we hear the poo story now?
Thank you for all of your support. And yes.
A Man in Lunacy says, you guys are missing a big storyline. Could this be the revenge of the Perlmutter? Ooh. Screenshot. I gotta sit down. I need a day to just do research to talk about this stuff because Ike Perlmutter plays into all this, especially with Kevin Feige's story.
Yeah, it's very sordid and it's plausible.
He was NSYNC's manager, right?
Yeah. Savage Rush 012 says, did you guys hear Sony is planning a bisexual Spider-Man? I heard the rumor that it's going to be Andrew Garfield, but it's Andrew Garfield, so I wouldn't go see that movie anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I skipped Amazing Spider-Man 2 in theaters.
I would go see a bisexual Spider-Man movie before I would see an Andrew Garfield straight Spider-Man movie. Ooh. That's how fucking terrible he was. Fuck Andrew Garfield.
That is harsh.
He was terrible.
TLJ Screwjob says, eggplant tastes like pie. Must have been Batista's. How big is it? Mazamata says, WHO fears that it could be the predicted disease X. I've been hearing about that. I'm going to do a little more research just for funsies. We'll maybe talk about it on After Hours over on Patreon. The Baldwin Photographer says, Jeff, will you do a second printing of your comic? Yes, I will. I already have something worked out. I'm just trying to get the reprint of the first edition to the people taken care of, and then I'll do that. Because once that's covered and good, then we can move forward. Just had to make a slight change, and I had to get the one part relettered because everyone picked on that one part. So I went and paid and had it taken care of. And then, we'll talk about that. I'll be doing another campaign just like Cecil and Ethan and everybody. The first one was successful. We'll be doing that. And I have a special cover that a couple people in the Fandom Menace know about.
What is this Z's X?
It's Racer X syndrome.
Oh.
You become Rex Racer and you hide behind your brother Volta.
Is it possible that my syphilis can beat coronavirus?
It already has. Why do you think you're safe?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you have nothing to worry about, my friend.
I fucking tell people, never wear rubbers, man.
That was crap. Our friend KR Companion says, check out my meme. KR Companion, we will read yours right. I will share yours as I'm reading the last super chats right now. There you go, folks. By the way, you do not have to stop sending in this meme. You can send them to us over on Mindless Entertainment stream tonight. We'll have...
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
all the time.
Geeks and Gamers is on the computer there. That's amazing. That is fucking amazing.
That is amazing. KR Companion.
Fucking cyber frogs on the table there.
I love it.
Oh goodness.
KK's picture looming.
Oh man.
Is that Doomcock's picture on the cups?
It is.
That's a lot of detail. That's great.
That's fantastic.
Our Companion is a really talented artist.
Evidently.
He's putting out a Fandom Menace shirt. He can tag me on Twitter and you guys can check it. We'll retweet it.
Bravo.
He's done a great book on Knight Rider. So this dude's really talented. He's a good dude too. So shout out to him. Swinging Cod says Dick Pound was the head of the IOC investigation into Russian doping who decided to ban them. Watch the documentary Icarus on Netflix. Great stuff. And then Swinging Cod also sent in a super chat to say I couldn't type in DICK BS. Thank you, Swinging Cod. I took a screenshot. I'm going to check out the documentary. I love to watch those on planes.
KR Companion's getting a follow back for that one. Boom. That was worth it. That was good.
Hell yeah.
TLJ, everybody go check him out on Twitter too. He's a good dude. TLJ Screwjob says, watch Gail tomorrow on Twitter say EVS is ruining my YouTube career.
Well, let's check and see if I am or not. 587 thumbs down to her 76 thumbs up. But she has 1.6 thousand views.
That's gone up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ethan, you help everybody you touch.
I you know what? And I try to touch them in the heart and in their genitals.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
Let's see. Our friend Phil 82245X says you need to read the comment on Gail's first video. Ethan, you've read them before, right?
The comments on her, I mean, there's so many now. She got memed.
They're insane because it says, please ask me, what was the name of it again? What's it like?
What's it like?
Ask the question, what's it like? And everybody is just the meanest questions. 1,000 of them.
I'm not going to go bother this lady. I don't like her comic book work, but I have no interest in even knowing that knowing that I exist. So whatever, you do you, folks. I'm not interested. But Ethan, I always want to hear your take. So if you make videos, I'm going to watch them all.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I might make videos. You know what? Cecil's video on this is the best. You've got to watch Cecil's video.
I'm going to watch Cecil's videos. Cecil, we haven't talked in a couple weeks. It almost feels like you disappeared. But now that you're back, my life is a lot happier. So thank you.
That makes sense to me.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Jason C. Comic Book Scrapyard, thank you very much. Bleeding Cool is sure to do an article on Gail Simone being targeted by a YouTube harassment campaign led by Comicsgate, and I will say the over-under is 12 hours. Place your bets, everyone.
Holy shit, Fizz Giggity says, what's it like to know your fellow women are being sexually harassed and keeping hush about it?
Wow.
Fizz Giggity, goddamn, girl.
Body.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's a fatality there.
My guess, though, for Comic Book Scrapyard Super Chat, I'm going to say less than 12 hours. By 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, there will be an article. They're writing it right now as we speak. I'll just check their news. But
good. I need the attention. You know.
Hey, anytime we can help, we will.
Yes.
Jason C., thank you very much for your very generous Super Chat. Hail, world-class bullshitters. Hail to the Fandom Menace. Thank you, Jason. Thank you very much. Hail to you.
Someone did the Get Out poster too with that guy. Should I bring it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our friend Lamar Lamps says, are you going to join Anna? She is having a girls' night stream, Mecha Random in EVS. I'm personally going over to the Mindless Entertainment stream. We're going to be, Tom's going to join us. Mecca, if you want to join everyone's welcome. We're going to go over there and bullshit. Jessie has a bottle of wine out in her Star Wars tiki glasses, so we're going to be playing the Mindless Entertainment drinking game. I'm going to go put on regular clothes because I don't want to do a live stream in a bathrobe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to let people know I live that dude life. I'm right up the street from an In-N-Out Burger, but whatever. I'm living my best life possible.
Wow.
That was intentional. You just took that was intentional taking the shot at me, wasn't it?
No, it was actually telling you that you need to come visit.
I'm on my way right now.
I will buy you an animal style cheese. I'll buy you anything you want at In-N-Out.
On my way right now.
Please hurry.
I'll be there in 26 hours. Okay.
Everywhere. So,
I think we lost
Somebody
Jeff.
was
Are you
muted.
there? Yeah.
I was muted. Sorry, the cat was getting into the
Okay.
chocolate. We had to stop it. 200 Watt Studio says middle guy, Vader armor, LOL.
Wait, Tom? Whose Twitter are we looking at?
Oh, that's my Twitter. Shit.
I was like, what the hell is going on here?
That's the Get Out one. There you go.
Okay.
Let's see. Our friend,
Poor Timmy.
Pindrop says, let's all do a shot. Hail the High Council. Pindrop, I'm going to make good on your super chat over on the Mindless Entertainment stream. Make sure you join us over there because we will. There you go. The link's in the chat right now. We'll make good on all your super chat drinks. So there we go. And finally, our friend Amateur Anth says, hail the Dark Vader, LOL. Yeah, hail the Dark Vader, because we always used to call him Dark Vader when we were young. Well, at least I did. I'll speak.
Oh, look at Pablo with Cyberfrog and his Geeks and Gamers hoodie.
Got some cyber love.
I'm really proud of Pablo. That's very brave and stunning of him.
Yeah.
Showers 200 Watt Studio says shower stream with Jeff and Jesse. Sure, if she gets I don't know, if everyone goes subscribes to your channel right now, we'll go do it.
And we got dinosaurs, Star Wars dinosaurs. I heard dinosaurs are real big in China. So
from waist up them. All right, folks. Let's see. We've had a fantastic High Council. Cecil, tell everyone about your comic before we go.
It's on Indiegogo. It is called Cash Grab. I'm going to drop the link in the description in the chat right now. If anybody's interested, take a look. And also sub to me. I'm Cecil Says on YouTube. Thank you.
What can when can the audience expect what can the audience expect from you right now, man? You got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, right now, Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales is up on Indiegogo. It's Unforgettable Tales 1 and 2. It's doing great right now. We've hit 2 stretch goals, so the book is going to be like foil, shiny, and embossed. They're going to be beautiful. They're only $10 each. And then also, please do find the link to sign up for Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet, which I'm launching on the Ides of March. I'm launching on March 15th. I'm daring these mother effers to whip out those knives. Ed 2 Brutus, F you. We're launching Cyberfrog Wreck Planet on March 15th. So sign up for notifications, and I'll send you an email and give you all the details about what you can get that nobody else can. Thank you.
Mecca, tell everyone where they can find you.
My channel Mecha Random 42. And oh yeah, to answer the super chat earlier, tonight I will probably be on with Creepy Little Book, like I'm always on, doing paranormal, creepy, weird, spooky, UFO-y, that type of stuff, all the cool shit. So I usually do that at night, but yeah, and then I do my ranty videos in the daytime, and I'm on with Midnight's Edge After Dark pretty much all the time. So
speaking of Midnight's Edge After Dark, Tom.
Oh, yes. You can find us on Midnight's Edge After Dark and Midnight's Edge. And yeah.
Well, speaking of finding you, tomorrow night, folks, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on this channel, I'll be joined by Michael of Retro Blasting, Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark, Salvador of 2 Cent Toys, maybe a special guest, can't say it yet until I have confirmation, and 2 of our big patrons. We're going to be doing a post-Toy Fair stream. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be talking about the collectibles that we want, you want, all the stuff, future of entertainment. It's going to be a good time. So if you have nothing better to do, of course you don't. Just come over and watch it and hang out with us for about 2 hours tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, I'll be back with the podcast proper. We'll be talking about this week in pop culture. We have a different take on Dick Pound as well as a couple other things. So you guys don't want to miss out. I will be working on videos tomorrow. I will have stuff back on a regular schedule starting Thursday and Saturday because we got the thumbs up to request it. Good Morning Pop Culture will be live. I'll be live from Texas, and you guys can join me. I'll be on camera. We'll have some fun. But before you go, make sure that you don't miss out and join us on the after hours party over on Mindless Entertainment.
I gotta say, Dick Pound sounds like something like the Gail Simone action figure would come with instead of Kung Fu Grip.
Dick Pound action.
Get away from me, man! Dick Pound. Yeah.
We should make a superhero called Dick Pound. See, I'll draw it for the backup.
There's already the cock knocker, though.
Yeah, there's also Codpiece. Darth Fatass, thank you very much. He says, still cannot super chat on mindless entertainment. I think I might be banned. I don't think so, because I have some people on mindless entertainment that can't get to me. I think it's the kinky pinkies, which I have nothing but goodwill towards that dude. So just message me, man. You know how to contact me. We'll look into that. And finally, 200 Watt Studio says stretch goal means 5XL into a 4XL for EVS. Well, Ethan.
Well, I mean, I get 4XL. What are you talking about? 4XL would be a tent on me.
Yeah.
I'm 3X. I mean, 2XL.
Good cover. All right, folks, it is time for the after show over on Mindless Entertainment. Link is in the chat. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Huge turnout. I want to thank Ethan. I want to thank Jeremy. I want to thank Cecil, Mecca, and Tom. We had a great Fandom Menace meetup, and make sure that you guys.
By the way, I've had my camera off, but a mask on the entire time we've been talking.
Cecil, you're a hell of a guy. Thank you.
That's dedication.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
All right, guys. Well, this is the end of the stream. I'll be back tomorrow night with more. Take care, folks. And as always, be excellent to each other.